Humans. Why do things keep evolving into crabs? Auto-humans. Click, click. They look like the two clumsy assistants a villain has. For privacy reasons, this app does not allow taking screenshots. Me. Hey, you're not supposed to do that. Wake up and pee, or stay in bed and develop kidney stones. If you're having a bad day, remember, it could be worse. You could be this kid. What would you do if someone came to your wedding dressed like this? Bro, you are worried about the wrong person. When you open a book and the answers are already marked. Influencers, when they hit 500,000 followers. They're not even good fake teeth. I told my mum I wanted to delete myself, so she's making me walk through a graveyard to be grateful. So, window shopping? Wild buses drinking water. They drink water? Eating the brown part of the banana. Eating, no? Does it get better at 25? You just have to become stronger, I'm sorry. Stalker or protective watcher? I'm so done. Lawyer laughed at. It's gonna get better, right? Legendary weapon. Looks inside. It has lower damage than a weapon I currently use. I love when a baby animal is just a shrunken version of the adult animal. Police respond to a bank alarm and discover the robber was a cat trapped inside the bank. He could still be stealing stuff. Cannibalism. She does look like whatever she's eating. Is that an ice cream? How the hell do furries draw furries? There's a seat right there, gang. You're not just a skin to me, baby. No one. Me. Randomly deciding to change my life at 3 a.m. Them. What in the world is wrong with you? My childhood influences? Because why do we call our feet dogs and not horses? This person's foot looks so much like a horse. Even the vein. Golden ratio was such a lazy concept. A college assignment had asked us to spot it around us, and this is what I submitted. Eggs watching the rest of the fridge from their private balcony. I love seeing animals exactly where they're supposed to be. The other mice are never gonna believe him. Do you ever be fighting for your life financially and then get invited to a birthday dinner? When you think you're creative and then you learn that people bring hammocks to the airport to nap in. How bald guys look at balding guys. You're balding and you don't actually want to go bald? Summer is better than winter. There's no water, AC broken, 50 degrees, no electricity, forest fires. Woman. Switch his status too. It's complicated. Her DMs. What if energy drinks are addicted to me and I'm just a victim of a toxic relationship? This is how the letters D and B be posing in the word handbag. This spider has a face that looks like a smiling emoji and only lives in Hawaii. So I imagine how venomous it must be to be colored like that. Stole my vehicle. Crashed it. Ripped up my degree. You know how big of a hater you've got to be to rip up a college degree in a car robbery? The world finally feeling peaceful. Oh no, breaking news. I can't believe the Cyclops wasn't CGI. On screen, behind the scene, I aspire to despise AI as much as Christopher Nolan does with CGI. Before and after the renovation room. Forget the decor. I need to know how this room somehow got 50% bigger by just adding furniture. This photo of a McDonald's playtime in 2026 is going viral. It looks more like a jail than a visitation lobby. Plugging in your mouse, not like this, but like this. I don't like any of these ways. My biggest, hormone issue. Don't be mean. And my smallest, runt of the litter. Rose and Fudge. Big and small henchmen for the villain in one of those secret Life of Mice movies from the 80s. I shattered a glass, and I don't want to deal with it right now. So I just put up a traffic cone in case I forget tomorrow. That's gonna break an arm some night. I stopped sharing my location with a girl I haven't talked to in 3 years, and she texted me 6 minutes later asking why I did that. You just interrupted her daily routine. One slip, and I'll be seeing God instead of the artist. Whenever Trump appears on TV in Japan, the not safe for work censoring AI automatically pixelates his neck when a burglar enters your house. Dogs, it's on site. Cats, there is nothing we can do. Real pain is when you're quick hungry, but there's only long hungry food in the fridge. I don't even care anymore, man. 2 sandwiches at once. Guys in 2013 saw this and were like, yup. This, and you push me off. Skydiving without a parachute. Look, a mother otter proudly showed off her baby while the dad showed off his favorite rock. Is kebab worth more than my life? Kebab comes from kebab animal, not lamb. Holy plot twist. But Peter has a secret. Peter is Spider-Man. I just feel like a tank gas and a 32-inch TV shouldn't cost the same amount. Guys, I'm not built for OF. We need to figure this out now. When someone is laughing in social socializing instead of taking their turn at the board game we're playing. I've decided that my 20s are actually from 25 to 35. I just found a lash that's not mine on my bed. Am I cheating on myself? I need to look through my own phone. Have you seemed distant lately? He's trying to ignore it. Remember our deal, LeBron. 29-year-old woman pretended to be a nurse for 7 months, treated more than 4,000 patients, and was only discovered when she received a promotion offer. Proved college is a scam. How 18-year-old me thought employers would see my resume after I printed it on a $15 sheet of paper. Spider-Man vs. Spider-Man 1, 2, 3. Korean government incorporates a slide in their new lifeguard posts in order to minimize rescue time. That slide seems a bit steep. Never skiing in Atlanta again. Finish this drawing. They turned it into someone dancing in front of a cactus in the middle of nowhere. Why does she look like a rice? Or am I just hungry? I thought I was seeing 2 pictures of rice. Why is this so funny? Me at 3 a.m. and wanting perfectly good leftovers or a block of cheese. I hope nothing goes wrong today. Everything always goes wrong, factory. The ibuprofen looking around my body, not knowing where to start. Your girlfriend is a hoot and quite the head turner. What's the best way to clean this pan? That pan's clean. My friend's dad doesn't know who the Cookie Monster is and referred to him as Cold Elmo. It's actually Cookie Monster and Flaming Hot Cookie Monster. I got 4 bags in my cart. Steve sacrificed his job so the rest of us could eat like kings. Steve ordered too many nuggets. If we don't sell them, we're letting Steve go. Eating a temporary snack while I stand in front of the pantry trying to decide on a formal permanent snack. My grandpa is straight up hitting on ads. Hello, beautiful. A guy just walked into the coffee shop wearing a cowboy hat, and it's obvious he's not fully confident in it. Tough to see. Get in, loser. We're going screaming. I crocheted the very hungry caterpillar and all the food it eats, if anyone cares. Lots of fruit. Ice cream. Imagine being a sheep venturing alone into the fog of war. Aren't we all? First look at Balmain's Cloud footwear. These are the shoes you draw on stick figures. Saudi Arabia promises to build a skyscraper stadium to host games for the 2034 FIFA World Cup. This is the most a room full of men idea I've ever seen. How would people leave without it taking forever? Hear me out. Water slides. You like milk slightly more than the next guy, and you get stuck with the dumbest nickname for life. Game time, milk boy. One of my favorite tattoos I did recently. Top 10 worst tattoos I've ever seen. My dream workplace is the Unsolved Mysteries call center. When you rub your eyes a little too hard and start traveling into another dimension. When you don't have a grill, follow me for more recipes. How it feels to be a +1. Not gonna lie, it's been some journey watching these green frogs go from being used to deny a travesty to being used to advocate for more bike lanes. The inherent need to share my writing and art. Me, the deep desire to never be known or perceived. Did you eat before you came out? No. Spinach hats. When the shampoo is going into your eyes, but you can't let the shower demon get you. 27-year-old me trying to calculate what my change would be for a $9.25 transaction. I handed them a $10 bill. The grip of babies. No, I shan't be releasing your hoop earring, fine madam. Also the grip of babies. I can't hold this whole orange, help. Me explaining the customs of my people to someone. In England, when we say perfect, we mean utter dog crap. My request for PTO got denied. Time for plan B. Listen, nothing I can say will make you feel better. It's gonna suck for a while, and then you'll be fine. That's the best advice anyone can give. It will get better, 100%. Just takes time. This statue in the front lawn of new construction in my neighborhood. I want to party with this guy. I woke up groggy from a nap on the airplane and earnestly tried to slide this forward with my finger. Skipping a flight. That would be good. Very, very helpful. I just made about 15 servings of the worst pasta I've ever had in my entire life. Here's a law I would like to propose. For every spam call I receive, my phone provider must rebate me 25 cents. They would sure figure out how to block that really quick. When life genuinely starts to test you, but you remember what the big K told you in Pokepedia. Sometimes you have to make decisions that will break your heart, but bring peace to your soul. Absolutely no one. Men meeting for the 11th time without knowing each other's names. First name Big, last name Dog. I don't see the problem here. 30-year-old teenager me wondering what job I'll do when I grow up. Jobs are not identities. They are random stuff you do for money. When a girl shows legitimate interest in me, but she's not my first love, nor my last, and I'm just waiting for a follow-up text telling me she's kidding. How do you know she's not your last? Literally any distance is walkable with headphones and some 10 out of 10 music. When you finally get your driver's license, but then you see your beloved homeboy jaywalking. Who wins in a fight? Goofy phone. It's not even close. They did latte art. Everyone's giving their all in places where it's not even seen, huh? But you noticed? Subtle details like these are the reason why Rockstar Games is the GOAT. Rockstar really do need to release GTA 6. Their fanbase appears to be going completely insane. Me eating lunch with my 50-year-old friend at the job. My boyfriend wanted a dirt and worms cake for his birthday. Ask and you shall receive. Wife who feeds you dirt and worms. Lovingly. Poor thing, he slipped because he can't read. I would slip too, I don't know what this means. I love when people ask to see pictures of my axolotl and are expecting something cute, pink, or smiles, and instead, with genuine fear in their eyes, and in their heart, say, what the hell is that? Looks like a sea serpent. My coworker said I dress like I caught a lizard, and I'm waiting for a chance to show it to everyone. I just cause an incalculable amount of problems at CVS by asking to purchase one of the items they sell there. It's such a beautiful universe, Hon. It really is. How it feels to be a sensitive young man in a world full of evil women. Hello, how are you? Tell me the truth. Are you talking to anyone else? Obviously not, just you. They sent them a photo. Did you know that Paula, the other girl you talk to, is my fake account? Yeah, I told you I only talk to you. This is what the pyramids used to look like. They were covered with polished white limestone and had a peak made of pure gold. What happened to this white limestone and the gold? Genuine question. Meet Sabeh, the famous resident of the Ottoman Topkapi Palace. How can a cat look this Turkish? What's something you didn't realize was going to consume so much of your time as an adult? Making food and eating that food, and then cleaning up all that mess, and then planning what more food to buy because I've now eaten some of my food, and then going out to buy more food. I really thought the silver giants were CGI, but Nolan used real 7-foot men, and that wasn't even Matt Damon. It was a 5-foot woman. Calvin Klein, 76, and boyfriend Kevin Baker, 34. Enjoy lunch date in Hollywood. This is how I find out Calvin Klein is still alive and gay. I didn't even know it was a person. Bong Joon-ho says he adapted Mickey 7 into Mickey 17 because he killed Robert Pattinson 10 more times, changing the title for an adaptation because you want to kill your star 10 more times in it. It's one of the coolest things I've ever heard. Survival games with a hunger/thirst bar. Survival games with a hunger/thirst bar. But the thirst bar drains faster than the hunger bar. Don't put USB cables up to your pee-pee. A cautionary tale. How else am I supposed to charge my big pee-pee energy? Parenting is buying 6 yogurts and watching them all get eaten in one day. Then buying 12 and watching them expire because nobody likes yogurt. Clicking a pen over and over and over again is actually fun as hell. It's a shame it makes everyone in a 30-foot radius want to end my life with a rock. Your offer wasn't accepted. The price was $3.50. You offered $20. Oh, you also got a message from the seller. You should be shot. My cat got a cold and the vet recommended a warm compress for his eyes. I think he's enjoying his spa time. I thought it was a dwarf with a mushroom hat. I heard a gunshot. I texted my neighbor. Are you good? Big bear coming your way. What reaching enlightenment looks like. 8,100 hours on record. After 5,000 hours, I realized there were not 9 idiots in each match, but 10. When I was like 12, I went to a California science center, which had a drunk driving simulator. It was an educational arcade type game, and if you were too good at it, the game would automatically crash the car after a while, so you didn't undermine their message. I think that's like part of the message though. Even if you are drunk, you can still make mistakes. Being drunk just decreases your alertness. Doesn't make you unable to drive, but your reaction time will be hindered and you can get distracted easily. But then you can also say you'll be more focused because you know you're not supposed to be You know what? Never mind, moving on. Random guy I've had on Steam for 4 straight years randomly gifted me a $1 game. Tigers look orange to humans because we are trichomats, but they appear green to deer and wild boars because they are ditromats. Benjamin Franklin wrote a letter in which he advised taking all the women as lovers since they are both experienced and grateful. Crazy that Ben Franklin discovered electricity, but also all the women. A 1930s advertisement showing the cutting-edge aerodynamic aerodynamic engineering behind new generation of automobiles. Deepest, darkest secrets of 10-year-old me. Conversation starters to entertain guests. My mum. Okay, it would not be guests. It would be very close family friends. But still. Me at the airport at 5 a.m. after eating my 35-pound meal, drinking my 12-pound coffee, and spending 85 pounds on an Uber. All because I booked a 6 a.m. flight to save 40 pounds. Nothing is worse than thinking you booked a flight and it turns out you didn't book a flight because your card got declined and you find this out a few days before a trip you've agreed on. Yeah, it's very expensive, a very costly mistake. Ugh, don't be like me. New images of the 30,000 square feet of physical sets that were built for backrooms. They should leave this up and turn it into an attraction you can visit. Do you guys want me to do backrooms memes? Everyone calculating their age. People born in 2000. Every time I see this, I can only imagine this. The baby must have a really long body. Pigeon. Pigeon off. Me lying / me telling the truth. My best friend is getting married. Oh, that's just nice. Yeah, I'm happy. Stop AI. You do know this image is AI, right? Enter password to log in. First try, brr. Second try, brr. Third try, brr, brr. Why are these pins so mysterious? The moon is even more breathtaking. That's a tortilla. When someone interrupts you while talking, act confused? No, no, no. Finger the... Not a chance he remembers his password. He's having a terrible day. Yo, fit check. How do you have normal feet if you're bones? Suffering looks exactly like this. So why don't you just take the show off? Editor doesn't get paid enough. Something in Chinese. I don't know what. I'm just the editor. The tunnel is finished. The mountains will be built next year. The 100 girlfriends who really love you. They got a notification from Windows. I'm going to blue screen if you watch that. Before the movie versus before the movie too. Money's getting tight. Hey, don't do that. The cat doesn't even give you that much protein. Concentrated orange juice. Asking a question in the comments. YouTube, Instagram, Reddit. And now TikTok is just even worse than Patrick. Worst hospital logo ever. The fact that someone designed this, showed it in a meeting, and nobody said anything. No way you wrote a 5-page essay without AI. Buddy, we wrote them without even reading the book. Are people becoming thicker because of AI? Hype when it was announced? When you finally got the game. A baby on my flight was non-stop crying for 4.5 hours, slept maybe 30 minutes. How can a baby be that upset? Look at me, daddy, I'm a farmer. You're a LARPer, not a farmer. My dad, 74, volunteered to be an extra in a low-budget zombie film. 8-year-old me. I hope something good happens. Me now. I hope whatever bad happens is at least funny. Blind person, reading Braille. Do not touch. Blind person, not getting invited. Getting invited and not going. Too tired to piss. Too full of piss to sleep. My laptop suddenly for no reason. After opening Task Manager for 1 minute. Me in jail because none of my signatures look the same. I've always wondered what these lines are for. They don't teach typing anymore? Mum, during an argument. My house. Mum, during cleaning. Our house. Does the redness of the bread mean I should cook it more because it's still raw? Yeah, man. You should cook it until it's blue. Female birds versus male birds. When you're both typing, so you erase the message to let them speak first, but they do the same thing. Googling a question. The answer isn't in a nice big box at the top. Buy one, get one free. What does that really say? Worst 50% off. You won't spend $50 a year on Nintendo Online, but you'll spend $5,000 a year to live. Ugh, the double standard. Me, when the sky is any color other than blue. 60-year-olds now versus 60-year-olds when I was a kid. Where do you guys get those stickers from? Other comments. Okay, thanks for clarifying. That one time my mum asked if I could tell she was sneaking snacks at the movie theater. People, when there's a /s in an obvious sarcastic comment. When there isn't, you are not getting a piece, son. Give him a nibble. It's you, my brother, as I'm about to go into surgery for my shoulder. You're being looked after. Guys, I lost my passport 2 years ago and have been using the same PDF scan as a substitute ever since. This is where I found it today. Somebody's lying. Now, how do you find out which one's lying? Do you get another? Yeah, you have to. Adult friendships be like, I miss you, bro. Let's hang out in a few months. When the remote gets lost, we just call it so it never gets lost. How it feels to have family added on social media. I don't want to lose control. You're not going to. You found it. Son, you're 18 now. Would you rather inhale toxic fumes or stare at Excel for 8 hours a day? My spatula is angry. How dare you eat me? They banned having Aura in Tokyo. Me, while casually mostly gaming, reading, etc. Before realizing that one girl in middle school liked me. Me all day, I'm tired. Me when it's bedtime. What's the reason for this? Boss, we're in the same boat. His boat versus our boat. Once of a lifetime discount. You're saving 1 cent. Wish everything was like this. I'd be saving many dollars over the years. What the hell is this? It's Roblox in real life. I found this kid Clash of Clanning in a beautiful museum in Italy. Rewarding myself with an hour-long doom scroll because I opened my computer to start my assignment due tomorrow. What bro sends me after he failed an exam. Everybody has to take the same test. Please climb that tree. Today's mission, transfer wealth from my boss to my landlord. Who lost this dog? Come claim it in the lobby. Looks like this. Remember that bird watching goes both ways. How my mother folds. How I fold. When your computer says you don't have permission to edit this file, I own you. Just lying about anything. Nicholas has got 2.3 stars and he's a highly rated DoorDasher. When I get attached to the car I've been following for 20 minutes and they take the exit like we meant nothing. Netflix in 2016 versus 2026. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Laid off. Welcome aboard. Google, Microsoft, Amazon, or Meta. Angry girlfriend telling her to calm down. Bro posted his Fortnite skin on a slide before his newborn. Everyone can have a baby, but not everyone can have a Fortnite skin. The GTA community, when GTA 6 looks and runs exactly like a GTA game. Guys, I'm freaking out. Why are the leaves yellow and red and stuff? That can't be good. It's autumn. Green be back soon. I don't have an iPad. The levels of chronically online you have to be to understand this. He is worth more than 10 cents. True. He's 11 cent when you're texting that one friend and their 10-minute active window has ended. So now it'll be another 1 to 2 business days before you hear from them again. I was meant to be born in the era of the carrier pigeon. So apparently I did not pack the hard-boiled eggs for my lunch. ADHD people spending the whole day in waiting mode because they have a thing at 5 p.m. I hate how this is made. It's so annoying. It seems that this cat was born with a natural tattoo of another cat on its paw. How it looks versus how it feels. I love the bottom part of cheesecake so much that I tried making it with the entire thing as the base. Periodically, the Japanese politely, gently remind us that they are living centuries ahead. When you realize your frontal lobe is fully developed and you're going to be this stupid for the rest of your life. My wife sitting behind me trying to get this knot out, and I don't think I've ever made noises like this. She was giving me a back massage. The stuff that YouTube recommends me at 3:99 a.m. Shorter is longer than longer. Game name? Minecraft. Thanks, bro, for giving me an instant reply. 90 degrees is not good. 91 degrees, I can walk on you. Donating canned food to a charity so families in need can eat and save money on groceries prank. What food is this? The marketing. The nutritional information. Guess my destination. Your last destination is on that plane. Yeah, you're not going anywhere else. My sister in public versus my sister at home. No, keep them. You have 50 viruses detected on your PC. Do you want us to delete them? Yeah, obviously keep them. Sure, yeah. Yay. Tell me why this wouldn't work. I don't know why this wouldn't work. When I sleep, 3 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours. Damn, people in my class beg too much, so I had to disguise my M&Ms. Why do I have 7 Spotifys open? Free RAM.exe? You can't install RAM. How does this guy take up 2 posts on Instagram Reels? Bro bought Bitcoin in 2008. Damn, that is quite the glow up. Good for them. This video is sponsored. Skip. Just like in Roblox, you can press E to open the door. Ketchup does not exist. What are you having with these? The type of picture you see of your 0.4 GPA homeboy in the yearbook. 3 minutes and 36 seconds. 37 seconds. 38 seconds. If it works, don't touch it. When your grandma says she got you something for your car. When you go for a walk with the friend that's scared of heights. That's it, guys. There's no joke, just facts. How it feels to be friends with guys from different countries. Me, whenever the stars are visible. I love looking up at stars. Obsessed with this look/hair, but I'm a male. You look like Lord Farquaad. You're a male? Wait, hold on. Male? This is the best YouTube comment ever. Angela, if you lost a white sock, it's under your red IKEA chair next to the couch. Who stole my 0.24 hertz? It was me, man. I needed it. I replaced doom scrolling with the Switch 2. Here's what happened. They're making wellness videos about playing video games on your couch. That's how bad phone has gotten. And it got 500k views. What does gradually disappeared over the last 10 years without people really noticing. One-time purchases. Stop using AI. Why? It's killing our planet and our polar bears research it. I had no idea that polar bears were researchers. What do these countries have in common? Red. Wrong. Can you tell us what they have in common then? Imagine losing your V card in 7000 BC in this. Seems chill. Not Tinder, but this is some random guy's mugshot from over by my hometown that I use as a reaction picture sometimes. Me? Life of a 2000 born. Pandemic at the age of enjoyment. AI implementation at the age of employment. I don't even want to know what's coming next. How people who wake up at 5 a.m. expect us to react every single time they tell us. Almost 24 hours pee-free. I can do this. Thank you all so much for joining me while I go on my adventure to stop myself. It means so much to me. 14 minutes ago, I drank more pee. How jobless dudes look at you when you tell them you got work tomorrow. Elon, this isn't even funny. We have what's called a dark sense of humor. 98% of the population think it's rude, mean, selfish, or just wrong. As soon as I saw that post, I couldn't stop cracking up. It's a weird INTJ thing. It's just how we're wired. Even the profiles about Tesla. Get it out of your mouth, please. Waiting for your order. Actually playing the game. Thinking about playing the game. You broke the minimum age requirements because you're 100 years old. Billionaires declaring their taxes. Empty. I walked into a job interview. The boss asked, "When can you start?" I answered, "When you step out of my chair." The type of outfit a European guy wears to hike the Grand Canyon. 10 out of 10 fishing experience. Might come back here. How did you get this photo? Whatever product manager came up with the seems like AI slop button for LinkedIn deserves a rate. Whoa. That was a close one. You learn something new every day. Unless you're a historian, then you learn something old. I wish my life was anime style, so we could make silly faces like this. Impact crater. From the moon, Plankton stole the formula. After 5,000 hours, I realized there were not 9 idiots in each match, but 10. There is a labor shortage. Apply for job. Not hiring. Hey little man, how's it going? The aging process is as fast as it is unreversible. Cherish these years while you can. When you're trying to be nonchalant on the Skype call in 2008, but your friend's talking about some when you finally escape prison, but you genuinely missed the free food, shelter, and did. A wolf must always protect his McChicken. Building upon the wet block idea, gradually use different color blocks to transition from wet to dry. Literally any distance is walkable with headphones and some 10 out of 10 music. I no longer dislike Mondays. I'm mature now. I dislike the whole week. I'll just rest my eyes. Is the biggest lie. You're going straight to Snork Mimi land. English. Horrible, horrifying, horrific, terrible, terrifying, terrific. I took the E off emotion and I've been on the go ever since. How I act when anyone has my phone because I genuinely don't know what's in my phone. You know what's in my phone? Memes! A lot of memes. I could really see myself living here. Me, in the most expensive neighborhood of every city I'm visiting, making him study, since life isn't all about being cute and sleeping in all day. How it feels when you wait too long on an unskippable ad and it skips to another. People you've never met before, as soon as they enter your house. Yeah, what's your Wi-Fi password? How most people describe their life. I miss being a kid. How I describe my life. How did I live this life? Yeah, you clearly never had any sort of enjoyment in your life. God, I hate to be you, man. We're ending the 5-star system. Use this thumb system instead. We're disabling the dislikes. You know what? Just tell us in secrets with 5 stars. What are they doing? I was having a pretty bad morning, but then I went to pet my cat, and she did a little hop to meet my hand halfway, so it's all good now. I recently overheard this. Everything's a win when the goal is to experience, and my brain chemistry has changed forever. My boyfriend just took his shirt off to take a poop. I've never heard of this. Is this a thing? That man was fighting for his life. Telling your parents that a video is AI is like telling a child Santa doesn't exist. Yeah, but Santa does exist. I think this person was texting their dad. Okay, thumbs up. I just watched a man die. I'm so sorry you saw this. Go play Tetris. There are studies showing that Tetris right after a traumatic event can keep your brain from having more trauma. This one time I ate so much salmon I could barely move, and then my mum was like, "Oh, have some blueberry pie for dessert." And in that moment, I understood what it was like to be a grizzly bear. Living the dream. Number of TV sitcoms where a lead actor secretly shaved his head for a movie role, paid $100K for a wig, and wore it on set without the showrunner realizing. What? 1. If I had $1 for every pixel in this video, I would have a quarter. If I had $1, I would buy an applied juice. I'll give you $1 end of Valentine. How can I send you this $1? You know, if this person comments on this video, I'm gonna find a way. But then I'll need proof you bought apple juice. That is my contract to you. When you got thrown into a mental asylum because you tried to warn people about the fog. 3 days later, you hear screams from the crowds and explosions all around. You do your happy little dance because you know the fog will spare the crazy ones. Right, that's why you're in an asylum. Poorly describe a game you play and see if anyone can guess it. Heroes shoot other heroes. There are also cars. It's a team game. I baked chocolate chip cookies for your girlfriend. Mom, that's sweet, but she's not my girlfriend. It's just a date. Listen, you show up with warm chocolate chip cookies and she's going to forget you drive a 2004 Honda Civic. Mom, how do I make them warm if I'm driving to her? Have you received the food? It's in the road where he threw it as he passed my street. No, I don't have it. It's spread out across the road where he threw it. Although we encourage Dashers to wait a few minutes, we allow them to customize their own delivery experience. So it's about their experience, not mine, the person who's paying? 1,000 players simulate civilization, boys versus girls. Women spent their time building cities, practicing PvP, and trying to do diplomacy. Men spent their time starting 15 civil wars and building a casino. The men win? I never watched this video, but wasn't there a massive controversy or something? I bought cheese from the restore and cut into it, and it exploded. There was a small piece of rope within the cheese. Burnt and broke the knife. Any idea what happened? Strangest assassination attempt I've seen. Never mind, it wasn't the cheese. We did a full inspection, and my friend accidentally cut through a cable, which was underneath the cheese. Hold on. Your friend laid the cheese on top of a live wire and tried to cut the cheese with a knife? Yep. Keep that friend close. They might be gone soon with a brain like that. Who is better at riding a bike? Hang on, I have to put on funny clothes first. Wears chilled t-shirts. Also loves dinosaurs. This is his whole personality. Here only to have a good time, maybe do some jumps. Why do people say, "but I digest," after saying a sentence? Why do they say this? My coworker always be saying this BS, and I have no why. Is it a metaphor or something? Digesting what exactly? Please explain. Digress. Whole psychologist. Do you still talk to yourself? No, we had an argument. Psychologist. Why do we have 206 bones and not just one? Dogs when you say good boy. Cats when you say pss 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 pss. Pigeons when you say something bad about the government. I can still taste the warm plastic water on a 90s summer day. I saw you and you didn't even say hi. Me walking down the street. Grandma's when everything in the family is going good. When you get all cozy and then hear a house sound that isn't on the list of the approved house sounds. Today I quit eating fast food for good. Now I only eat fast food for evil. Let me get a Whopper with cheese. When you're trying to have a serious conversation with me, but I'm on a spinny chair. Men, serious question. How do you know when a woman is actually flirting with you? It comes to you in a flash of realization about 7 years later. Mechanic, it will cost $450 for new brakes. Me, I'm getting an Anchor then. Sweden, no, that's fine. I just imagined it would be a bit bigger. Congrats on being tall, a thing you worked hard for and earned. It wasn't easy, but I made it. I feel like this is unfair in any sort of circumstance. All of Mum's recipes, that meal Dad cooks every 5 years. Me staring at a picture I'm about to post, but it's getting uglier and uglier. How it feels when someone shows you a video that's not funny and over 2 minutes long. I don't know. You might be lying. It's not stupid if it works. Science. Cold water bottle behind the fan to make it cooled. Shipping will cost $10 extra. Dads, it's a cat. Everyone calm down. Not a tiger. Ready for the day ahead because I've got Monster Ultra Energy 9-in-1. It's got testosterone. So that's how Samsung was born. A little dog approaches to sniff you on the street. At the airport, I need a raise because 3 companies are after me. Which ones? Bank, water, and electric. Boss, I can't LARP as AI. Everyone is funnier than me. How many fingers am I holding up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sometimes I remember this picture and burst out laughing. Goblin adventurer whose catchphrases is no goblemo. My friend took this picture to show me how bright my phone was at night. Was she FaceTiming with the Lord? I feel like there is a sleep in me that needs to be slept, but each time I sleep, I don't sleep that sleep. How unemployed guys who do nothing all day swear they'll be during a zombie apocalypse. When you crack your neck and you unlock third person mode, experiencing whatever the hell this is. La
la la.
Bro, how have you got an iPhone 28? What's under that though? Are you gonna connect to that? You can put objects anywhere. Inflation's so bad, they only used one egg to egg my car. Gen Z women are deliberately dating ugly men. Could Shrekking cure dating fatigue? This is just women dating men equally attractive as them, but not admitting to themselves that they're ugly. If you want to hate America, watch the news. If you want to love America, drive through it. Damn it, I love this country so much. I don't even got anything to say. I'm going to cheat on my barber. Never again. Good news, I have invested in a biscuit jar. This load of cookies wouldn't last 20 minutes around me, I'm sorry. One of the funniest lines from anything ever. Now that we understand his tragic past, let's go remind him of it. Flour comes from a plant. Sugar comes from a plant. Chocolate comes from a plant. A cookie is a salad. These signs at my brother's wedding. Tent poles are not for dancing. Find other ways to disappoint your father. The 6 pairs of underwear and 8 pairs of socks in my bag, ready for a 2-day trip. You never know what can go wrong. When people put the grocery divider thing up, I'm like, I would never buy what you're buying anyway, a-hole. What kind of mental illness do you even need to have to think about it that way? Evil cloud that stabs one specific person per state. I don't get this. Oh, I get it. Lightning. My cat is trying to beat the Roomba by pretending to be it. Finding an art account that speaks a different language, but does nothing but draw your favorite character. I have this idea for a light truck that can carry long objects. Can a physicist explain to me why this wouldn't work? Physicist here, it wouldn't work because that's not a real truck. It's a drawing of some sort. Deal of the summer. 6 a.m., 6 p.m., the fly's on duty. 6 p.m. to 6 a.m., the mosquitoes have got it covered. Just found out she was the one who sold SpongeBob his house. She sold him a pineapple with no windows. The iconic Peter Griffin pose was referenced in DreamWorks' upcoming film, Forgotten Island. This is Western animation's equivalent to the Akira bike slide at this point. Hating on something but having to defend it because the haters are hating on it wrong. Loving something and not having to defend it because the haters are hating on it so poorly that there's no point. How I look after buying another thing that's basically useless, but it makes me unfathomably happy, then it's not useless. That is not what useless means. Jonah Hill spilling his coffee. The person who holds their drink by the lid of the cup is nothing. China unveils the world's first robot toilet that drives you to your bed and cleans itself. We're like 3 inventions away from all of us becoming the people in WALL-E. It's actually bad. We're all gonna be chuds. When your homeboy is on his 19th gay joke of the day and it's starting to get suspicious. Does anyone know the difference between the green and the orange dot? Green means the FBI can see you. Orange means they can hear you. And when it's off, it means they can still hear and see you. This is why my sister never sells anything on OfferUp. Will you take 100? Can you do 250? Only have 100. Then you don't need a bill counter. That one Viking at Stamford Bridge, 1066 AD. Ragebait final boss. Did you eat? Did you eat? Are you copying me? Are you copying me? I love you. Yeah, I already ate. You have enough games, but I don't have these games. I find myself wasting money because games are on sale. It's so bad. Why is Wikipedia still a thing? Doesn't ChatGPT just render it completely irrelevant? You're the people in the floaty chairs at the start of WALL-E. Before and after being called a good boy. Me too. You will never be him. You could only hope to achieve his level of whimsy and light. He likes being called a good boy because he is a good boy. You're just in the mood. Look at him. His mood is in his heart. Borders aren't real, celebrities, when a fan comes to their house for an autograph. This is me when you don't reply to my messages. What do you think it's like to be a pet? Things just happen to you for no explanation. Now you're being lifted into the air. Now you're being scolded for urinating. Now you're wearing a hat and there's a cake on fire in front of you. What can you do? When you get back with her and immediately remember why you left her. Rare. Woman blind for 13 years hits her head on a table while trying to kiss her guide dog and recovers her sight. Damn, like smacking an old CRT TV to get it working again. What's up, my fellow trees? So anyway, photosynthesis, am I right? I told my sister I have gossip, and this is how she came into my room. Oh, she wants you to spill all the milk and cookies. Why do I feel so energized and nourished all the time? The British are coming. What? Is this for real? I'm going to spread the word. 51-year-old Leonardo DiCaprio with his 29-year-old girlfriend. You all bullied him into dating a grandma. Gaming as an adult. Thinking about gaming all day. Get home. Too tired to game. Try tomorrow. The distance between your house and your job really affects your quality of life. Maps. Turn right in 500 feet. Me. How far is that? Maps. Make a U-turn. After the shower, oil on linen. An experiment in how many water drops I could paint before I went insane. I lost count. This is amazing. This is a painting? I thought this was a photo. Yesterday I hung out with a guy for 13 hours straight, and the whole time I was thinking, he is so falling in love with me. And then right before we parted ways, he was like, you should definitely go to therapy. This is the realest reaction to seeing a grown man walk into a room with a cape and a mask on with bat ears. They turned the Riddler to a pronoun. I can't move. What does this mean? Every time we go to the baggage claim, my son's bag is the first off the belt. I wonder why. Sketch. Dog woken. Younger brothers can be so mean. When is your dad leaving? I don't know. Tomorrow? This is English. The first ever robotic monk has pledged itself to Buddhism in South Korea. Gabby, the 4'2" machine, wore traditional monk attire, clasped its hands together in prayer, and bowed respectfully. Pledge yourself to Buddhism. I pledge myself to Buddhism. Oh my god. I love when they draw a carrot on the carrot cake, just to remind you that this is no ordinary cake you're dealing with. This might be the shot of the decade. Giovanni sitting around the Team Rocket base with that stupid Persian. Let go of your hate, little one. It is the rain that grows the grass, not the thunder. Pure evil. A farmer donated land for a public park, and the city sold it to a data center developer for $10 million. She doesn't appreciate Lego mocking her like this. Throwback to when someone listed this authentic 1970s Grimace suit on eBay for $2,500. Zoom in on the mouth and jiggle your screen. I don't want to break my monitor. I never show the top part of my head in photos because I have this stupid swirly thing. I can't get rid of it. It's called a cow's leg. God gives his greatest gifts to his most ungrateful. I actually really wouldn't mind this. I have a cow's leg, but not like this. Mine's actually annoying. Finally got a second monitor. It's gonna take this guy a few seconds to get to the DMs. I feel like practicing any skill would be way more fun if I could have a little level increase thing that pops up in front of me every time I do good, like in Skyrim. Push-ups increased to level 5. Writing dialogue, 37. Coping mechanisms, healthy, to level 18. You have contracted brain rot. I would also like to be healed by eating a wheel of cheese. When you want to quit your job, but it took 6 months, 444 applications, and 3 interviews just to get this one. Waiters, when asked what they do for a living. Did anyone else just hear one single angelic note? 10 years ago, when I worked in tech support, a frustrated customer called, and this was literally the first thing they said. Can you please transfer me to the least liked employee so I can make their day miserable? My favorite part of reality TV is when someone goes, I never said that. And then they play a compilation of every time they did in fact say that. When they said it 6 times in a row and they put an old gray filter and it was 3 episodes ago. When I finish the thesis, I'm going to dedicate it to my little dog who stayed up with me so many nights. Little? I wanted to see how many balloons could make a Furby float, but I accidentally let go. Goodbye, Furby. Attention everyone, Kyle is going swimming and will not be answering. I don't even care anymore. A burger, ice cream sandwich. Honestly not bad. If that's brioche, I'll take it. Ticks can be as small as a poppy seed. There are 5 ticks in this photo. Can you spot them? Why would you do this? Never miss a beat. Tonight, me and my 3 friends went out to dinner and we all thought our server was hot. We each put our phone numbers on the bill to see who he would text. 2 hours later, he puts us all in the group chat. What are we doing tonight, ladies? Smartest move. Years ago, my sister told me about how she used to play an online survival game like Rust or something. And with her friends, she would go into VC with this over-the-top girly voice, like, hey, I don't play video games much and I really don't know what's going on. Can anyone please come and help me? I'm confused. Yo, I slayed that! And then when some guy showed up, all of her friends would swarm and kill. Siren. End the imposter syndrome in your head. Because not only is there someone out there doing it worse than you, they're also using ChatGPT to do it. Let's say, hypothetically, I'm a cat, a kitty cat. And for the sake of the debate, let's say I dance. People in Southwest getting ready to set off millions of dollars worth of fireworks during the worst wildfire season in American history. Your essay on my dog is word for word the exact same one your brother turned in last year. Oh yeah, it's the same dog, sir. Me. Hey, Windows, can you delete this file, please? Windows. You got it. Oh, there's actually a program using it right now. Just kidding. Who? I can't say. By the way, if anyone was curious, this is how I had to paint my smiling friend's headquarters to make the proportions look somewhat accurate. The texture mapping in this game is really tricky for some objects. How did you get into writing? Girl, nobody gets into writing. Writing shows up one day at your door and gets into you. A dude at my job stopped talking to me. Let Let me explain. Said coworker is my age, 50, and he brought his age inappropriate girlfriend, 20, to a work function. At some point, he lost track of her, so I said, I'm sure we will all be getting Amber Alert messages anytime now. Our house rule is you don't have to go to sleep if you're reading. So my 8-year-old is now reading 6th grade reading level because he likes thinking that he's getting away with staying up after bedtime. Win-win. He thinks he's winning extra bedtime. In reality, he's being quietly upgraded while celebrating the illusion of freedom. Reminder, emulation is piracy. Oh no, how will the multi-million-dollar company make money if I emulate their 20-year-old game that they don't care about? A dog failed his service dog exam and was later seen at a train station carrying the reason why. Too much heart. When the depression wears off and you remember who the hell you are. The Lightning McQueen toothpaste in the landfill, watching the sun explode. My battery is growing big and strong. Do I need to buy a new casting for it, or does it just shed and regrow like a lobster? My dream job? Unemployed with a mysterious source of income. Absolutely nobody. Humongous all. When my daughter's funeral is about to start, but Roblox horror games until 4 a.m. just reached 9 likes in the group chat. The best tattoo cover-up ever. It's Pikachu, but now it's Pikachu making Pikachu. When I use question mark in a conversation, this is exactly my face behind it. Congrats on working for 40 hours. You're now free to disassociate for 2 days. The last Wikipedia editor on Earth using his final breath to change humanity is to humanity was. Bro, I am so cooked. There was a guest who came to the house and started smoking. I offered them this ashtray, but then they just went quiet and stared at it. Looks like they used it. My cat got a cold and the vet recommended a warm compress press for his eyes. I think he's enjoying his spa time. I finally found a use for this idiot. This Japanese restaurant logo is simultaneously a Japanese crane and a hand holding chopsticks. The designer who did this deserves an award. Getting messed up at the original 1995 Pizza Planet from Toy Story. Wait, is this a place? I need to go here. I think we can all agree that this is the coolest fake place ever put on film. Just felt an arrow through my chest. I hate to break this to you, but if you call yourself self-aware, but you're only aware of your faults and never acknowledge your strengths, you're not self-aware. You have repackaged your self-hatred. Men between 6'2" and 4" walk around all cocky like their height is an achievement rather than genetically predetermined. But my 6'5" and up kings are more humble, probably because they smack their heads on a lot of stuff and can't fit on airplanes. Okay, Katie, okay. I was reading and our son tried to ask me something. My husband stops him and goes, "What's in her hand?" "A book." "What's in my hand?" "Nothing." "So who do you go to talk to?" The way I've never felt more supported in my life. Reese's Milkshake eats for dinner. They're gonna find you like Elvis. Everything used to be $20, and now that I finally have $20, everything is now $200. I hope you never get $200, so you don't mess it up for us again. My 82-year-old granddad sends me a Valentine's card every year. His writing is getting worse because of his tremors, but he always insists on writing it himself. For the length of time I have loved you, I could have walked to the moon and back. Bro, what do you mean, question mark? It's a birthday candle. Finally made it to the motherland, Japan. Sugoi. Lil bro, you are not getting a growth spurt. How do babies know how to skip the say part and just say mum and dad? She isn't ghosting you. DMs are down. My DMs have been down for 2 months. Damn. How to address all groups so no one gets offended. Attention all fairy tale things. When someone's telling me something important, but I'm in a swivel chair. Day 3 at the most peaceful backyard. I hope you like it. How do you get ratioed by Popeyes gang? Chick-fil-A is low-key better though. Shut up, Buttercup, and take this ratio. 3.2 billion. Man bobs. Women bobs. Pressing keep me signed in before entering my password. Button that does nothing. This is low-key up there with the air fryer. Facts. So good. Not even Shakespeare could have said it better. Here I sit, broken-hearted. Had to poop, but only farted. Sound during action scene. Sound during dialogue scene. Screw dragons, or do you want to screw dragons? Mangoes or strawberries? Mango tastes like it's serious about being a fruit. They should really build a highway here. Yes, let's connect pain to America. Say wallahi, bro. Your Samsung Galaxy is gooning. Turn off, please do. Let it goon. Me, I cut my nails. The task's 3 minutes later. You use your nails to open a can of Coke? No way, that'll tear it off. First shot with the new club. What do I do now? I think you completed golf. Superhero fatigue. You can't defeat me. I know, but he can. Scientists say we just need to halve Earth's population to just 4 billion to save the planet. Being employed, having a job, green and amber fireflies mingling at dusk, dying in Minecraft with 200 levels. Teacher's assistant left a doodle next to the one I drew on my quiz. Teacher's horrified. My brain, every time I see one of these, do it. Homeless guy taking the slogan literally. Eat the rich celebrities. When my boss says, everyone's replaceable, but they can't even replace me for one weekend shift. This genuinely hurts my soul. Permanent stick drift. Your house is paid. You pay property tax for the rest of your life. I decided to fix something in the house. Me, after 3 minutes. Press R3. 8-year-old me. What could R3 mean? How easy life would have been if rice had protein. Thank you, Google Maps, for protecting this cow's privacy. Thank you, Google Maps. When you've exceeded your limit of doing nothing, and resting starts dealing damage instead of bringing happiness. Son, permanently closed. We stole a family's life savings. They sued. We lost. By closing the store, we get out of having to pay the family what we owe them. Yo, someone get me out of this place. You can either drive for 2 minutes or walk 2 hours. 80% of America is like this, by the way. Can Americans confirm or deny, please? True or false? You can actually put 30 different fruits in a smoothie, but when you put a banana in that, it's now a banana smoothie. Banana does not collaborate. Banana colonizes. Gonna prank my landlord when he comes to collect rent tomorrow. It's gonna get him so good. Dinosaur fans, when they realize it's all fake and the bones are planted there by shovel manufacturers. New quantum theory says other versions of you in alternative universes are determining your fate. I'm calling a team meeting because what the hell? I will help poor people when I grow up. Me after growing up. $1 billion or become Spider-Man with bro. Me and bro. What the hell is this thing and why did it just pop up? In the middle of watching my view of the cruise. The 1% embracing the end of the world for some reason. The rest. A 55-year-old dance judge went viral for his anime-like physique and 191 centimeter height that made him look like a manga character. What is your plan if nuclear war starts? I'm pretty sure my employer wants me to work that day, so I guess I'm working. Bro, they gave me pig snot. You're laughing. Someone had to live as Freddy Fazbear and you're laughing. This is how it feels to post on your story. Where did you find this video and how much can I pay for you to delete it? A virus trying to destroy my PC. The old virus from 2014, protecting me so it could stay in control. What the hell is this ad? 31 strokes every minute. This after swimming and sunbathing all day. Looks hard as hell to bite. A museum has covered its floor in 800 pounds of peanut butter, enough to make 15,000 sandwiches. Visitors are warned about the smell and cannot touch or walk on the installation. Did you really just use AI to generate a jar of peanut butter of all things? In our cats, the hunter mode appears in the second photo, not the first. Whenever you see your cat looking like the one in the second photo, put your finger right in front of it. Trust me. Which potion do you drink? Green, blue, black, red, or purple? I think purple would be the best. It just turns you into God. How I fix stuff working in IT. Restart whatever isn't working. Quick Google search. IT placebo effect. My mere presence has fixed the issue. You work too much. You should be enjoying life. You're wasting time. You should be working more. What do you want from me, brain? We're not meant to be robots. We're meant to enjoy our lives. I like you. You're really sweet. Me. Sorry, but I don't like women who are a poor judge of character. My mornings are exactly like this, minus the yacht. And being like 50 years old dating a 25-year-old or under. POV. When you're ordering a homeless man food and he starts using complex literacy adjectives, such as large. Beans is 19 today. I love how senior cats looked ruffled and scruffled, like a well-loved plushie. I love these candies. Makes me feel like a shark chewing internet cables, thousands of miles beneath the ocean surface. 80% of Gen Z employees fake productivity for at least 5 hours every week. Boomers fake productivity for 40 hours. What the Aztecs swore would happen if you didn't launch an infant into the volcano once every Saturday to appease the god of your left cheek. But you're balding. Hell or super hell, our choice. How I feel when I smell rain and say, it's gonna rain, bro. But a category 5 hurricane just demolishes bro's house. Yes, scientifically speaking, adults who can digest milk are considered genetic mutants. Japanese engineers develop a wearable robotic tail in order to help older adults maintain better balance. Oh no, my balance is so bad. I keep falling. Insurance company, can you buy me a tail? It's medically necessary. What if Anakin literally took a seat? Oh, you got a text from mom. Are you bringing a girl to Christmas dinner this year? Probably not. Honestly, many times I feel like this. Google Maps. Arrival time at 5:46. Me arriving at 5:39. When someone is really testing you and you can feel all the kindness draining from your body. How it feels when bro is a little slow, but that's bro, so you just bro it out. 1,500 euros out of our checking account? Is that what I think it is? 217 cheeseburgers. Tell them you're doing it for the homeless. Maybe they'll give it to you for free. Jacksonville is not real. Is your baby mama green as hell? Miles Morales method got patched. The Miles Morales method is when you know all the answers, so you get a 0. However, you don't know any of the answers, cause it's patched. Guys, I just got back home for school. What is this thing? Auto 1080p. Manually clicking 1080p. Sharing one Netflix account with everyone. Paying for 4 different streaming subscriptions. You guys are paying? I don't understand why bugs have to come inside when they've got the whole outside. I bet he's thinking about that waitress with the big fangs at the restaurant. That waitress had some big fangs. Telegram. Deletes the message like it never existed. WhatsApp. Attention everyone, this person deleted a message. How studios expect us to react when a character title drops the movie name. They just raise the volume so they can hear the characters talk. Add the loudest explosion you can. With great throat comes great responsibility. Friendly neighborhood neck. Bro, I just realized the Burger King logo spells out Burger King. Okay, bro, you're an idiot, bro. Bro. When you enter the corporate world and discover that high school drama is nothing compared to what unhappy middle-aged adults can do. A chainsaw-wielding senator robot designed to enter disaster zones has gone viral thanks to its demonic appearance. Brother, if this comes out of the smoke to rescue me from a wildfire, I am running into the flames. When your situation is so cooked, you can't even find it on Reddit. You can finally sit down in Minecraft after 17 years thanks to the addition of cushions. Thank God, my feet are killing me. Come on, Steve, you sleep. Brother, who are you? Gang, can I move in with you? No. Me and that one bro who stayed together after we knew the group would fall apart. Son. Jones's barbecue and foot massage. Girls, when he vapes, sacks his pants, has no future, steals and has a horrible personality. But hey, he has curly hair. Extremely rare. This is the only pink stingray ever recorded in the world. I'm afraid to compliment the creature, only to have a biologist show up later, saying it turned pink because it was consuming plastic and garbage. And then everyone replying calling you a horrible human. How dare you? How didn't you know? Lamine Yamal and his father, who was born in 1992. Imagine getting pregnant as a teenager and your son becomes a world champion at 19. Life is way too crazy. This is why you should always buy digital, so you don't lose your games. Most of us don't treat our discs like a 6-year-old with no respect for what they own. Damn, I had a lot of discs which looked like that, so I can't say anything. Toothpaste, that's what I tried using to fix it. A lettuce burger prepared by a citizen who wants to reduce carbohydrate intake. If it doesn't scatter, disaster will envelop us in the meantime, you know. Europeans driving for 8 hours. Already visited 5 countries. Americans, I'm still in Texas. Some things never change. Let's pose with the ancient mama. Postcard from 1902. It's amazing that even 120 years ago, people ascribed, Icon has cheeseburger? Dialect to cats. That friend who's with you in every co-op game. I use too much pink and burgundy. Does it even still look like clouds? I'm not gonna lie to you, Ashley. My hungrier thought this was a piece of ham. Bacon. Robert Pattinson was the only actor asked to read the Christopher Nolan's Odyssey before agreeing to star in the film. You wanna read it? Everyone else just said yes. Nolan replied. He survived the Twilight scripts. He's never trusting a director blindly again. Why do my fish do this a lot of the time? Not enough room maybe? Tomorrow you wake up in the body of the last video game character you played as. How awesome is your life? I was playing Battlefield. GG's. I was a sniper. Asmund Gold reveals his streamer girlfriend, Kaise, gave him a list of demands, including showering more and cutting his hair shorter. She wants me to clean up the house. She said it's contaminated. Doesn't this guy have enough money to get someone to clean it? Then again, I don't think there's enough money in the world to make anyone clean that place. Imagine finally graduating from spy school in China, only to find out your first assignment is dating a man known as the Roach Lord. Oh, this meme isn't low enough quality. I think we've got to make it worse. A woman accidentally said, "Freck," in a grocery store. After dropping her phone and the kid standing behind her repeated it instantly. She turned around, absolutely horrified, ready to apologize, and the mother was crying. Her son is nonverbal and 10 years old, and his first word ever was the word They got invited to a pool party. Reddit developers carefully making the app more and more unusable with every new update. Me, every Monday morning, quit and become a farmer. I thought it'd be like homeless. That's a bit more relatable. Farmer. 20% of Gen Z workers had a parent attend a job interview with them in 2026. A what? Attend a what? I can kind of see how this might work. The parents will obviously gas up their child. The employers will feel more obligated to help out, and they also know the parents, so they could judge the parents too. When you made eye contact with the 10 out of 10 baddie in Metro, and the next day you see yourself in the reel about how hard it is for a girl to travel alone. A photograph of the Soviet space dog, Streakler, nursing her puppies after returning from her space mission. Working class mum, watering my garden so when the world ends, my family has 2 peppers and a tomato to survive on. Anything with lots of shelves is attractive to me. Once you move this type of furniture, you start to realize why people never moved and stayed in their hometowns until the day they died. Humans really saw all of this and thought, yes, let's make everything look like a plain white cube. Why do men love putting their bed in the corner of the bedroom? Maximize floor space and sleeping next to a wall reminds us of being in a cave. In the 1990s, this tiny TV was peak luxury. In 7th grade, we went skiing for a school trip and our bus had one of those. We voted for a movie to watch and the boys were torn between different action comedies, while all girls uniformly voted for High School Musical. That's when I realized that democracy doesn't work. DuckDuckGo has released a pair of normal sunglasses as an alternative to AI glasses. It has no camera, no microphone, and costs $35. Today is Punch the Monkey's first birthday. He started taking care of young monkeys in the enclosure to make sure they don't get bullied like he was. What are you doing tonight? Sleep? Sleeping without me? I'm old enough to sleep alone. Me and my grandma when we used to chill together. Gang, the fries cannot be this good. 2 capybaras wandered into a government building in Brazil while politicians prepared for a vote. Staff had to guide them back outside, where a 3rd capybara was waiting. You're laughing. The capybara cabal storms a government building and you're laughing? I always liked the idea of Lilo and Stitch growing up to be heroes in the space. I mean, clearly this is what they should have done instead of a live-action remake. My girlfriend cheated on me. I texted my Danish roommate about it. He's wise beyond his years. She said she's sorry and wants to work things out. I just don't think I'll ever be able to get over her cheating on me. We have this saying in Denmark, Gal Grig Tabaj til info. It mean never go back to a dud. It refers to fireworks, but it makes sense with this too. Domino's put this on their pizza box. Really? Please tip your driver. Any delivery charge is not a tip paid to your driver. Delivery drivers carry less than $20. Please pay our workers so we don't have to. Yeah, that's all I'm hearing. I'm gonna look up Domino's profit margin, 12%. Yeah, they can pay more. Shut up. And that's also at the scale that they're at, right? They're making billions or millions. How much is Domino's even? I'm now curious. I'm gonna guess 300 million? Wait, 4 billion! A man returned a $5 carton of orange juice because his wife said it was too expensive. He spent the refund on 2 Powerball tickets. The next day, he won a $515 million jackpot. Priorities, I guess, yeah. You just spend money. Well, obviously, yeah. Who needs sustenance? What type of logic is this? It worked. And that's why you should always listen to your wife. Best summer ever. 10 hours a day on Instagram. My crush confessing she also has a crush on me. My alarm clock. I can't be the only one who sees it. Are you busy? Me. No. Incoming video call. 11-year-old me making an email account that I will use for the rest of my life. My country's older than yours.
Today's my country's birthday.
Eve talking to a serpent. Me. If I ever hear a snake talking. I'm running. What do you mean fighting? Furries need to start drawing themselves next to their personas like this. When your boss tells you, we're in the same boat. This is not what I came to the orthodontist for. Would you like straight teeth? Australia is so beautiful. Look at these kangaroos. Kids are scared of triple T now. Wait, what? You're joking, right? No way, no, bro, what? Guys, what do you talk about when you're standing at urinals next to each other? Yeah, we don't. This is protocol. The FTA is a joke, bro. When everyone in the game freezes, so I low-key walk around and accept my fate before disconnecting. For our son's 4th birthday, he said he wanted to ride escalators. Here we are. How much of an age gap do you think we have? $800,000? There's always that one person who really secretly cares about you. Yeah, but they're always ugly. When you are stretching in bed and you feel your calves start to tighten. Oh, I can feel this meme. I'm not stupid just because I'm 15. Stop saying it's because I'm 15. Me at 24. Ah, they're 15. Explains everything. When your mother checks that you are sleeping, but she stays in front of you for a little too long. Bro, chill. I pledge my alliance. He wants oil. Parent. Those kids are always on their phones. Also parents when they don't want to babysit. People who always act in their self-interest. When somebody else acts in their self-interest, when you're on the bus, but there's nothing to hold on to, so you have to pull this move. I've fallen over before, but it was on a train, and I tried doing this. Not worth it. Hold on to something. I've never felt so embarrassed. Lesbians are dating the most beautiful girls, leaving us with dragons. Gay men are also with the most handsome men, leaving us with gorillas. You just got off a 16-hour overnight shift and come home to steak pasta. What do? The chef. Work. Sick days are unpaid, and you need to spend your money to get a doctor's note. Me, coming into work, men will embarrass you. Bro's jaw dropped, and he's only been caught because of this photo. 1 star. Movie is bad because blah 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 blah. 5 stars. That was fun. Being a kid versus an adult. Old people when the card readers say, remove card. Should have never touched my cell mission, bro. Nearly at 1,000. What level of adulting have you reached? A weekend spent doing nothing is a weekend well spent. $2 million hits your account. What's your next move? Enter the bathroom and sit under the shower. Let the water wash poverty away for the final time. What are you laughing at? Me? Nothing. In my head. Gordon Ramsay. When you live in a small country and see someone mentions it on the internet. My dad said, do you ever shut up? I was like 8 or 9. I've been that weird quiet guy ever since. The axe forgets, but the tree remembers. My dog kind of looks like an oil painting in this photo. The grass is greener on the other side. I can literally see it. I fell in love with this guy on the train. POV, you're a girl on the train at night. Whoever made the flirting versus harassment meme needs a PhD in psychology. When you report bro as a joke and he actually gets banned. Could you stay inside your house for 30 straight days if somebody paid you $950? Me sitting in my house for $0 when I'm fighting the Punisher, but he has an unlimited supply of the exact same gun. Bozo Fisherman, Mali, 1920. Don't call them that, they look cool. Fatherless behavior. Her dad is dead. Point proven. Begging people to act right. Observing. Detachment. Me saying, but hey, things happen. After saying the most traumatic experience of my life, page 1 and you're already taking selfies. Making breakfast for my beautiful wife. Who the hell is burning down my kitchen? Now I know how Kevin Hart feels. Delete this. I just spent the whole flight wondering what clouds looked like. She probably spent the whole flight wondering why she was seated next to an a-hole. I hope they run from dinosaurs in this one. That's always a good time. I'm just really hoping it takes place on an island. A woman who married a river shares how she keeps romance alive. It's a river! This is less embarrassing to me than people who create an AI boyfriend/girlfriend. I think they're both equally embarrassing. I don't think either one is better than the other. Pro tip, hide artifacts in your house to add intrigue for future residents. I hate when a guy asks, can you cook? Can you build a house? Screw you. That means you can't cook. Day 1 of starting my junk drawer. Any tips? Sellotape, the greatest meme of this World Cup. Thank you, Spain, for avenging England. A sign outside a restaurant in Kyoto. The small red text in Japanese at the bottom says, if you can read this, you may come in. Racism! Racism! Japan! I've traveled to 87 countries. Ask me anything. What do your parents do for a living? Dogs. I will do anything for my human. Cats. Pathetic. I just walked past some kids who were summoning a demon. Creepy. Didn't it bother you that you showed up right at that moment? TikTok user. Memer. Meme sharer. People who comment something more funny than the meme. The day he became the dragon warrior. By the way, this is how a boy sees you when he truly loves you. When you buy a new TV and it comes with a nice sofa and coffee table at no extra charge. When the diagnosis is schizophrenia, but you're just a chill guy who hears voices sometimes. This is Sarah. She's 45 years old. She has 2 children. She has never exercised a day in her life, yet she eats anything she wants and stays up until 3 a.m. What's her secret? No secret. Sarah is the one in the upper right corner of this picture. Woman said no to giving up her paid window seat to a crying child. She was filmed, went viral, and lost her job. Yep, I'm getting a good lawyer. Suing the filmer, the airline, and my former employer. Everybody's getting sued. Australia is generating so much solar power that some households now get 3 hours of free electricity. Free in this economy? I can't believe she has her own little organs. Like, what do you mean she has her own little heart and lungs and her own little thoughts? Okay, not thoughts. Growing up, hearing Wikipedia isn't a valid source, and then entering a workplace where people say, just ask ChatGPT, is a surprisingly strange timeline when I told her that I came from a toxic relationship, and she starts hugging me like I'm the victim. Male friendships in one screenshot. Hey, it's your time to wish him a happy birthday. Being an adult is looking at your library of 35 installed games on your desktop and deciding you're too tired for anything other than watching a YouTube video. Dog's domestication. We changed form, size, personality, lifestyle, instinct, our entire way of being. Cat domestication. Interns as soon as it hits 5 p.m. Good for them, making people respect their personal time. My son was imprisoned for biting another child at daycare. Hey, I'm back. So which life was that? I thought you were keeping track. I thought you were. Okay, let's just start at 1 again. Men rarely upgrade things. They just wait till they break or are completely destroyed. Men's wallets illustrate this perfectly. Mobsters are part of a mob. So you would think lobsters would be part of a lob. But life just isn't so simple. Christopher Nolan expects audiences to believe this trip lasted 10 years. How do people who lived through the 80s and 90s stomach today? I can't fathom it. Surely you must be depressed. I am depressed. And don't call me Shirley. I got a text from my boss on my day off. Hey! Nope. Understandable. I'm crying. Why is Einstein here? Didn't Tung Tung die? I can fix you. Shut up. You're worse than me. I'm balding at 16. It happened to me. Shave your head. Positive attitude. Go to the gym and work hard at Panda Express. All these eyes and still can't fly out of a window. The helmet of Henry II of France, 1555. I can clearly understand why these guys were always fighting wars. You can't have a fit like this at home and not be looking for an opportunity to wear it so that you can aura farm. My school library's copy of Dracula has bite marks on it. Environmental storytelling. That was the vampires. Deep in the shadows, bro. It'll be okay. I meant art-wise, but if any dark sorcerers see this, you do you. I had a succulent that survived on nothing but my leftover sodas for years. When I moved in with my wife, she watered it and it died. Yes, the zoo is partially funded by public dollars. No, that does not make them your wombats. Screw you, I pay that wombat salary. Having a good day as an adult is literally, got paid, ate something good, nobody annoyed me, went home, sleep. Found a house for $75,000, but it's haunted. Me, the next day. Yeah, in this economy we don't have options. Letting my vending machine text me using OpenClaw. Just made $356, $550. I love you, Chase. Thank you for giving me purpose. I just made a $100 sale. This lady bought a Diet Coke and inserted a $100 bill. I didn't give her any change. Severe thunderstorms in your area. People in the South. I must have like South in my genes. I love thunderstorms. Sorry, I can't hang out. I forgot how to mimic human-like behavior. I mean, if you just want to loom in the corner like some creature, that's cool. We just don't want you to get left out, man. Nothing wakes you up more than iced coffee and a critical tornado warning. The tornado situation is crazy. What type of music do you like? I don't know, man. If I like the song, it goes in the soup. Humans, they love petting things. Things, they love being pet. Bringing random things to class, part 8. I hate when you forget about an onion or potato in your pantry and it becomes evil. She keeps rubbing herself against the chair or sofa until she builds up a static charge and then runs over and shocks me. Why does she understand static electricity? How does she know how to use it for evil? The kind of dream you get after finally sleeping when you haven't slept for days. I slept for 14 hours around 2 weeks ago. It was insane. And I still felt tired. My neighbors have got way too much time on his hands. Genius ad placement. Another smooth delivery. Imagine it's 1850. Some yellow-bellied scoundrel calls you out for a duel, and you casually unsheath this masterpiece. Had to grind hard for this view. Her. I'm into nerds. The nerds she likes. Government. You have to inspect your car once a year for emissions. Also government. Bro's working day and night to make people forget he was in Twilight. Airlines. $35 to put your bag on our plane. $16 for your bag bag of crisps. Sorry, you want your legs to fit? $75. You have to fork over an extra $50 to choose the seat you already paid for. Oh no, someone help us. We're out of monies. The zebra has gone viral for its lack of stripes in Kruger National Park. Does this zebra know it just ended a generational debate? When I ask my girl and my bro for $500, and my girl sends me $500, but bro sends me $312.64. He sent me all that he had. I love you. I love you too. Actually, you know what? I changed my mind. Score reunion is a scam. Nobody is missing anyone. I just want to know whether you have made it in life or not. Finished Wordle, crossword, connections, spelling bee, strands, and Sudoku. Time to go to the liquor store. Shaking my girlfriend's dad's hand. Great grip, sir. I see where she gets it from. Why is smoking the only addiction jobs give you breaks for? I should get a 15-minute break for every hour to eat cheese. I had a coworker once who used to ask for smoke breaks, and I found out he was just going outside to eat 2 hot dogs each time. Hot dog break. I ordered a melon soda float when everybody else got a beer, and I feel like that dog with the propeller hat and big lollipop. Not all dogs have jobs, and I think they should get to wear little vests too. Even if they're unemployed, are you just trying to shame them? I can't explain it, but this light made every millennial feel comfortable. When you get a notification that someone put your name in a comment, whom summoned the Almighty One? My friends and I making a list of what makes men feminine. Men not offer pay bill. Men not open door. Men listening to music. I see you got the most flattering photo of your friend. Younger me reading the back case of a new video game I got the whole ride home. Job market is so bad I got laid off from an internship. I got via nepotism. What is going on? I never thought these words could be arranged together to form this sentence. Online I'm weird. Offline I'm also weird. I'm just weird. That time I went to Vietnam and swore I was going to be a baddie, but all I did was hang out with my grandma and take one laptop selfie after having yogurt. If they're not going to give us pockets, why can't the women population collectively just walk out in these? Go for it. This is hard. I cannot recommend highly enough that you switch from a defensive, "That's not true about me," to an offensive. Wow, you're bad at reading people. Offensive is the best defense. Rarely you need to be defensive. Be offensive. Block this ad isn't good enough. I need a feature that directly tells the company, "That was so bad that it lowered my opinion of your product." True. I mean, ads can be great. Like some of the World Cup ads were great. I'm sure Super Bowl ads are cool. I've seen them. And that's not just because they spent a bunch of money on it. It's just creative. Today at work, one of the younger guys at work, like 16, 17, called me boss man, and this image flashbanged into my mind. 1999 to 2004 guys, realizing they're low-key reaching unk status. Cringe is a lie made up by Big Normal to stop you having fun. In 1631, a Dutch physician reported that Malays had informed him the orangutan could talk, but preferred not to, lest he be compelled to labor. Girlfriend says because we got Chinese yesterday, we can't get it again today. I don't think that makes sense. They do it in China all the time. Dear millennials, you don't have to add lol or haha to every text you send. You're safe now. I have to add lol. I think haha is doing too much. I shoved a piece of crayon up my nose as a kid and had to go to the hospital to get it removed. A nurse tried to give me a coloring book and crayons for being a good boy, and my dad said, "Don't give that idiot any more crayons." Oh, you were one of those kids. Glad I never did this, or eat batteries. Going to the movies by yourself is literally a humiliation ritual. A prisoner of your own mind. No one in that entire building cares that you are there alone. Same with restaurants. No one is paying attention. And if they are, it's usually just like mindlessly looking around. Oh, it's someone. And they get back to doing what they're doing. Seriously, guys, there's been plenty of occasions where I've meant to meet up with someone and, plan has not gone to plan. I just go to the place anyway. Go to the restaurant, get some food. Why not? Complimented a cashier on her turtle pin this morning, and she said, "Oh, thanks. I am a little bit of a turtle person," with the carefully contained energy of Cookie Monster telling you he's mildly fond of chocolate chips. Really? Now I want cookies. Why did I download this? If there was a machine which could measure how much I want cookies right now, it'd be 10. I might order cookies, guys. Not one gas station has got this problem. I mean, this had to have been a problem. It's why they made it into a thing. I can make you a millionaire. So why are you not a millionaire? My diet says I can't eat that. Okay. My diet says you can't eat that. Shut up. Hard to swallow pills. They really are hard to swallow. Bro is set for life and doesn't even need to try anymore. 1.2 million! Every time I see things like this, I feel like I'm overcomplicating what it means to be successful. Bro reached peak human form. Man, do I love an ice cold can of nothing. Teenagers in 2008 watching everything go to awfulness just as they're about to become adults. Pilot proposes to girlfriend mid-flight in heartwarming video. My co-pilot of love and life. Imagine watching him walk back to the cockpit if she said no. Chubby girlfriend, buff boyfriend. As a chubby guy, do I get a muscular girlfriend? No, you die alone. Music can't be this good, bro. Screaming. In 10 years from now, you'll have people saying, damn, dude, I miss 2026. We had it so good back then. The worst day in 2026 used to look like. Drinking straight air at this point. 0 calories, sugar, caffeine. I can't believe I woke up after a 9-year coma. I can't wait to see my family. Back into the coma you go. How celebrities look at their loving wives of 30 years after getting famous. What an insane battle between 2 submarines. Selling this, serious offers only. That's a huge crisp. How much does it weigh? I learned a fun fact. This convinced 99% of Twitter users to have their first shower this month. Bathroom break from my Mrs. Y's class. 16:46-minute mile? You were booking it, bro. My wife's boyfriend gifted me with 2 gifts today. It gets to a point, bro. You gotta lock in, man. Put the PS5 down. Pay the full amount or I'm going to cancel your order. Boss, you're $2 short, but I trust you'll pay me the next time you see me. So hot outside, these guys were asking if I had seen any droids. Graduation was 2 weeks ago, bro. They are not giving you free food. When you turn the volume down by 1 because 18 was too loud, but 17 somehow has no sound. Sends potentially life-changing risky text. Anxiously waits for her to text back. Pace around the room, phone buzzes, check it like a trained dog. It's an email from Chick-fil-A telling me they updated their privacy policy. People in 1978 were like, yep, exactly what I was going for. All the colors a hibernating toad might experience on a drizzly November day in a hollow log. It was just cozy. It was better. A Native American chief stood beside his son's tank in a photograph that captured 2 generations of history. My mum. My perfectly valid argument. I carried you for 9 months. Bro got obliterated. I was just trying to get some ice cream. Why is bro using a fork? Sometimes all the spoons are being washed. The pizza must have been huge. I never see you at the club. Okay, I never see you at the troll hole. That time my situation was so bad, I went out and bought a 300-pound gong. The anti-vacation. Go somewhere really bad and do something awful for a week, so when you return, your life seems good. Landlords be like, yeah, that'll be $3,500 a month. China has military drones disguised as birds. Okay, we need to apologize to the schizophrenics. I knew my cousin was going to jail when he called the judge, Your Majesty. World's smallest PP patient. Sets date for crowd-funded Make Bigger operation. The guy with the second smallest. All moved in. This is all someone needs. Bro, the money I borrowed you last month. Can I get it now? What do you need it for? Yeah, how do people make it awkward when you're asking for your money back? No roster. I got the man I want. I hate all of you. Till I walk in. You kind of look like Dream. A little glimpse of my twisted mind. 4th graders be like, a well-constructed intellectual joke. Anatomy textbook page 69 has the word breast written. Zendaya reveals that Tom Holland is her favorite Spider-Man of all time. My grandma reveals that I'm the smartest and most handsome boy. Wearing socks for 9 straight hours. Rewearing socks after taking them off. Went for a walk. I'm not gonna say anything because you're going for a walk and you're bettering yourself. No. Good job, as long as you did more than 5 steps. What's wrong with my parking? Learn to drive. You drive like a jerk. The concept of leaving learn to park cards on a perfectly normal parking job is an incredibly funny bit. None of my roommates know that I'm running our entire home network on Minion Bob. We got hacked. Straight after the tweet, that could have been targeted. James Cameron's early conceptual sketch for Avatar. 1978? He's seriously been plotting this his whole life. Holy grey loot. This is not grey loot, it's just not very nutritious. This is legendary level junk food. Oreos, are you kidding me? Grey? Hell no. When I'm doing the deed with a gender fluid person, and halfway through they changed their gender to make me gay. You can just change yours, then straight again. Friend, do you have plans for the weekend? Me. How guys with 729 absences describe the last day of school. When you read female Twitter, I'm going to be such an awful girlfriend again someday, I'm so excited. I'm genuinely so excited to cheat on my future boyfriend. My friend when playing on my team. The same guy when playing as the enemy team. Psychologists in 1980 when you told them you were sad. 6-year-old me making potions with my mum's expensive shampoos. Michael Jackson will return in Avengers Doomsday. His story continues. Wake up, do nothing. Feel guilty, panic about future. Feel powerless, day ruined. Weapons confiscated by police from a Brazilian gang. Brazilian gangs are apparently anime villains now. How guys feel after adding to their comment. Why does my roommate keep ordering Michael Jacksons for himself when your boss says you can't go home early? But that's okay because we're all going to be going home early. Help me, my dentist has a meme in the office. Dogs during a task that doesn't require a dog. This dude SpongeBob has got to be the stupidest dude of all time. Say this about the Bob and see what happens. Watch your mouth. Almost completely stealth and barely makes any crinkling. Reconsidering every hat I see in public now. Is this because of 5G waves or something? Bob feels like he's washed in Incredibles 3. This is the plot of every Incredibles movie. Yeah, and then he just realizes he's still got it. Come on, Bob. If you were words on a page, you would be the fine print. Cool, I see how it is. Nobody wants a nice guy anymore. You gave her a minute to respond. I had a little lamb once, said Mary. I came up with this new game at work. It's called Counting, and it's where you count, and that's all it is, and it sucks, actually. Rockstar developers watching players ignore their 80-hour story to see if flip-flops have realistic physics. If they don't, the game is unplayable. Funny that the government owns all the deer when you hunt, but not when one totals your vehicle. Zootopia 2 versus The Shining. What happens in Zootopia 2? Finally updated this gross old basement. Too much minimalism will have your apartment looking like a psych ward. Republic of Chad. It never occurred to me that camels could just be wild. I thought they all had jobs. What is the most employed animal ever? Cows? Haunted to have just missed who sat here before I arrived. Incredible power. A nameless god walks among us. Learning to ski in your 30s is a great way to meet people. Today I met 2 paramedics and 3 nurses, and I almost met Jesus. Bar raises entry to 25 after surge in fake IDs, including one with Ben Franklin's image. At that point, it's a skill issue. How are you letting Ben Franklin in? My buddy over there thinks you're cute. I'm an apple. I'm about to be eaten. It is time to be brave because your great purpose as a crispy, juicy fruit is about to be fulfilled. Just landed in Japan. Where's Park? When you're having a good day and your brain suddenly hits you with the cringe stuff you did 8 years ago, 4 months and 5 days. Bro, China has a secret advanced way to hide its submarines. China's method? China may be using sea to hide its submarines. My car got cheesed. Screw you, in cheese. This is Frank Ocean. Yo, you got me slapping my belly, laughing and farting. God, I'm such a gassy human. I hate when you forget about an onion or a potato in your pantry and it becomes evil. There's nothing like your local Facebook marketplace. I'm not buying any of these things. A wasp nest? What if we kissed by the small dead animals shed? Why is this shed a thing? What I would wear as different teachers. Gym teacher. My shoes disintegrated yesterday at a church funeral. Way to take all the attention away from the person who passed. Get a load of this guy. You're trying to build a PC in 2025? 2026. How has it gotten worse? Roblox loses 7 billion in value as company blames lack of viral games. When people don't want to talk about the real reason it's losing money, what's the real reason? How it feels writing an essay in school that contradicts all of your views just so you can hit the minimum word count. How do Bruce's pants remain intact every time he transforms into the Hulk? If you want to be in charge of the one animating Hulk's thing, you go right ahead. I'm sure they want to be. It's called Nightcore and you put an anime girl on the thumbnail. I still don't know why she thought it was okay to look through his sketchbook when searching without a warrant. Yep, she's a cop's daughter, alright. I look back at this picture a lot. Sorry if I was trauma dumping, bro. Shared joy is a double joy. Shared sorrow is half a sorrow. Imagine if people in the Middle Ages saw this. Imagine showing this to a medieval peasant. In 1994, during a power outage in LA, residents began calling the police on the Milky Way because it was the first time they had seen the sky properly. If I was a military commander, we would be taking heavy casualties all the time. After often for little or no gain. Lots of injuries as well. Let's get married and go on adventures. Monthly reminder that women want to be taken on an adventure. Even if the adventure is, let's go to the cheese store. So the guys, I would love to go on an adventure. A San Francisco man spent $6,000 advertising an AI chatbot. That's actually just him. He typed out every response and drew pictures for over 30,000 user inquiries. So this man was stealing AI's job. The curse of discipline is that every day looks like the same. The curse of indiscipline is that every year does. My God. I promised my body family-sized Culver's cheese curds. If it turns out I don't have breast cancer at my appointment, so here we go. Hey, good for you. Deserved. Scientists found a black fungus inside Chernobyl's reactor. It appears to use radiation as fuel through radiosynthesis. Kill it immediately. I've seen this TV show and movie. 5-year-old me learning the hard way on why you don't brake with the front wheel of the bike. Zendaya carefully picking her acting roles to make Tom Holland suffer. Bro, the government used CGI to fake the moon landing. CGI in 1996. I just baked this cake and ate one piece. Came back and my roommate's dog licked the icing off its far as it could reach. It's nearly a perfect straight line. Girls be like, I know a place, and then take you to Wiener Cutoff Road. Waking a sleeping rabbit by surrounding him with tomatoes. YouTube, when I literally watch one video from a new topic. You really like that stuff, don't you? A new game releasing. It's a Souls-like again. Souls-likes are fun, they're just very hard, and I'm very, very sucky at them. I like watching, I get too angry. Day 2 of trying to master realism. Michael Cera. Harry Potter coloring book, except I made Voldemort into Steve Harvey. She wants to see your chats with other girls. She wants to see your boys group chat. When I said my marathon went poorly, I meant a dog bit me at mile 21. Why is my Cane's toast low-key serving Post Malone? My dad's been feeding this crow, and now he sits in his van with him. Would you play a video game for 500 hours? 500 hours? This person's played RuneScape for 259 days. I find it manipulative that our angry side is always seen as our true colors, as if being fake and kind means that we're fake. No. When you're angry, when you're sad, when you're glad, when you're bad, that's all sides of you. Each person is you, just a different type. Super Mario 64 is now playable directly inside of a YouTube video. This is not true. The playability uses pre-recorded footage, 360 video, and animated captions, but the viewer cannot actually control Mario. Tolerance training for eternity in hell. When the gym owner finds out I'm the one giving fake bad reviews to the gym so it stays less crowded. Talented underground artists watching people tell each other to gatekeep them in order to stay niche. This just isn't nice. It's been a year since I met the one that completes me. Thank you, earthen artifact that doesn't show up in mirrors and boils water when placed in it. I love you. That sounds really helpful. You should maybe give this into, I don't know, some sort of organization for the greater good. Boils water? No energy expenditure? How much water are we talking about? You could change the world. Homemade chocolate strawberries for my man after his 14-hour shift. I don't understand how I can get so much joy from covering my pets with blankets and watching the lump move around. You should try this with a human, but when they start struggling, it gets even better. Bro, just talk to her. What's the worst she can say? No? Meanwhile, her? You're harassing me. A certain type of harassment. Power World in its early access. The finished Pokemon game. You're going to be dead by 30. Huh? Ref, that's holding. Can anyone see a face in that cloud on the right? Like a jaw opening? Good morning, I'm up. I slept for fully 15 hours. I feel amazing. Best sleep of my life. Well, they did read your message at 1:18 p.m. and they replied 2 minutes later. I was driving with my grandmother and in broken English, she says, no eye, no nose, no fish. Don't trust. To which I looked around wildly in search of this omen and ill portend. Cybertruck. It was a Cybertruck. My daughter put lipstick all over Luigi's face. I tried my best to clean him up. Why not Mario? Mom giving her usual instructions before I head out. Dad, don't die. Optional. I told my son if he wanted to watch Mr. Bean, he needed to power the TV by running. Men are naturally more attractive than women on average. Asmongold is like an alternative universe peanut butter gamer whose heart was led astray down a dark cockroach-infested path. I should have never put the chess app on my dad's phone. He's ripping me apart right now. Napoleon, are you giving this one up? Do you guys want me to do chess memes? I'm doing Harry Potter memes again, and I'm gonna be doing Game of Thrones memes if you want me to do that. When you accidentally open your eyes watching trying to sleep, and now your sleep progress has gotten reset to 0. Me, just look at her and smile. I'm sure she'll smile back, bro. Oh no, he's eating the cat. Google didn't have to come at me like that. What song goes, ooh, ooh, yeah? Signs of autism in adults. Kid came running in to tell me they found a new AI on the iPad, which answers all the math questions. I cooked it for you. We need more people using awful Photoshop like this instead of using AI. When your friend's joke isn't funny, but he's paying for the dinner, which door would you choose? $2 billion immediately, or $1 that doubles every day? It would be really funny if someone chose the green door and just got $2 every day. Influencers when they hit 50,000 followers. Brazilian footballers when they sign for a decent team. This is the first thing you see through the window in the morning. What do you do? Take a photo. A story that can be understood in 3 pictures. Too late. I have already imagined you as the reactive Doberman and myself as the stoic collie. I have no idea what this is. Obvious sarcasm. /S. Oh, sarcasm. LeBron should just let go of his hair already. Why LeBron's bald spot looked like the crying Jordan meme. Niche internet artists wiping all proof of their existence from the face of the internet because they're bored. Tuscany, Italy. Microsoft Teams. Can these guys move already? How many tiles do you need to complete the floor? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 tiles. Once you skip one class, they all start looking skippable and there's no going back. This is why Batman never kills. Boeing 777. Boing, 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 boing. How it feels to talk to someone your age that hasn't had reality check them yet. Why don't you consider making a podcast with your friends? Episode 1. Hello everyone. 2. Apology. Why we got cancelled. We're getting sued. This is a goodbye. Send this to someone you would 100% chase down and attack if you were a duck. I just told a guy I was excited to see him and he said, that's good. You guys need to stop falling in love with autistic people if you can't take the heat. He's live messaging me the loss of his V card. She's naked. Is China even producing these giant king blueberries now? Looks like it'll heal my Pokemon for 10 HP. I bought a girl a diamond ring in 1998. She divorced me. I bought my boy a McChicken in 1995 and he's still around. Was very drunk last night and got emotional because I thought my friend's cat multiplied in front of me. I was shook. How do the photos look drunk as well? Me throwing my girl on the bed on some romantic stuff that I genuinely miss and paralyze her instead. Weighted blanket enjoyer. Aw, they poked their ears out to maintain situational awareness, even as a toasty little cinnamon. How ethical is it to leave a film I just joined because I got a better offer? Do your bills care about corporate ethics? Being told this changed my life. It's alright, at the end of the day, this online stuff isn't real. Look, man, the mouse is as big as the elephant. It's not real. The guy who worked on my house just texted me this. I'm crying. I feel like he's serious as hell about his job. Plan A, marry her. Plan B, visit another planet and become the coolest uncle in that alien civilization. When you're hiding in the girls' locker room and someone yells, there's a spider! So you low-key gotta get the hell out of there. I think spider's the code word for unemployed, jobless, smelly bum. Punch learned how to wave. Later, boy, we're in the middle of a war. That one friend that loves to hate on your favorite game for literally no reason whenever you mention it. Malicious kitty attempts to claw deer to death because it's cleaning him and he likes to smell bad. What kind of bird is this? I love when bird beaks are shaped like this instead of this. Finally, a job I'm qualified for. Me, when I find a perfect 2000s series with 6 seasons and 16 episodes each, pulling up to 1885 with a fresh gel set. Movies not caring about little details like this is just cheap. When you're 8 hours into a quick shopping trip and your mum finds her friend she hasn't seen since the fall of Rome in 476 AD. When the leopard wants to see far away, it stands up on 2 legs with a little hop and looks. This is very good, thank you. The World Cup has just started, but the memes are crazy. The World Cup is the closest we're going to get to world peace. Do you know what happens when teams lose? I can't believe I was talking smack on Black Ops 2 looking like this. This is what I looked like and I was talking smack. I was the biggest, oh my god. Asking a customer for a 100% tip is diabolical. What's wrong, babe? You've barely touched your popsicle. Yeah. Which ending do you prefer in Spider-Man Brand New Day? Brother, what is that picture on the right? POV. You already lost 10 ranked games in a row, and bro starts freestyling on the mic. Gee, how am I going to get through this desert? The humble horse with no name. Published my first app, a compass that points to the nearest liquor store. SpongeBob's random objects. I love how happy and calm he looks while being different items. Many people wouldn't be able to handle it, but SpongeBob adapts to the situation. Every day I make myself a snack plate. Performative snacking. What the hell are you doing with a whole stick of cinnamon? You just annoyed me. Worth 50% of our grade, by the way. What's that patch? What did you get up to? Are you nervous? Look, coffee beans, not cat food. How it feels to be a sensitive young man in a world full of evil women. Getting older is crazy because you start thinking differently out of nowhere. Not to be dramatic, but it happens 12 hours after you turn 25. I just got a rejection email for a job I've been working at for 4 weeks. Dan, I've been working here for a month. The two unicorns talking to each other after Noah let a pair of mosquitoes on the ark instead of them. Disintegrated this dude just because. Criticism my wife gives me during an argument by blaming her for losing the baby. Me lending myself money from my own savings. Summer schedule, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. it's these guys, and 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. it's those guys. Boomers losing their grandkids' inheritance because some AI waifu dressed up as the IRS told them to. People nowadays when they get a pimple, how guys be hauling butt in PE class, knowing damn well they got no seconds left on their deodorant. Whoever made this is a genius. Never wearing my purple overalls again. Waluigi looking MF. Mum giving an update on dad's garden. $400 water bill. For these. A crisis situation that can be understood even without knowing Egyptian hieroglyphs. When you offer to pay for bro's food, but he starts using words like large, double, and extra. That is not your bro then. Later. Guess who didn't surpass All Might today, Todoroki? The nurse when she asks you if you're free in 1705-2034 for the next appointment and you say you don't know, and then she reschedules it to 2040 when another player uses your name on Kahoot. Natalie Portman recalls meeting King Charles on the red carpet for The Phantom Menace. He asked me if I was in the original films. I was like, no, I'm 18. I would have also fumbled talking to Natalie Portman. My bank blocked my card because of a security threat. It was me buying a mattress at 2 a.m. I am my own biggest threat. You're going to hate yourself in the morning if you stay up late. Joke's on you, I'm already gonna hate myself in the morning no matter what. It's just stress. Oh, thank God, it's just the silent killer that slowly kills you. Perfectly harmless, no need to worry. I miss when celebrities didn't know how to use the internet properly and ended up creating ultra gems by accident. Fun fact, when I was a kid, I thought the tomatoes in Ratatouille were pepperonis. Somehow, I also thought the squash was yellow pepperoni. I thought it was all pepperoni. I thought it was pepperoni, but I didn't know what the yellow stuff was. I didn't even assume it was pepperoni. I just didn't know what it was. Hugh Jackman, him and his giant fork. What's a conspiracy theory that you believe in? Every time a new chicken sandwich What? The CIA got her before she could finish. I've been sitting alone on a park bench for 30 minutes and I have been approached 3 times. Maybe your husband is just walking the dog and waiting to find you. Hot person. Wow, everyone here is so nice. This year has really impacted everyone. I appreciate someone went out of their way to edit the sad one instead of running it through AI. The world's shyest DJ just worked up the courage to sniff the microphone and whimper quietly. Won't retrieve a duck, but by God he can point a bag of dill pickled chips. Kenyan anti-poaching soldier stationed in front of elephant ivory. This has got to be one of the toughest photos I've seen in my life. If you're in your 20s and 30s, you will be tempted to prove that you're doing well. It's important that you resist performing for an audience that isn't watching. Never forget that your goal is to actually do well, not to convince other people you're doing well. This is one of the best posters I've seen in a very long time. Me trying to find the HDMI port on my TV. Can I come over and be round like this? Me. Homunculus. Have you seen my scrying orb? My loathsome and suspiciously orb-shaped homunculus. This is what color mud your dog will track in. America is so muddy. Is it blue for drowning? POV. Bro, after hearing Hello Team from a girl Mike, I didn't realize how good my parents raised me until I got around other people. People will tell you absolutely vile stories their parents did so casually and leave you feeling like an a-hole because you were annoyed at your mum for interrupting an episode of your show. Receptionist waits at her desk. General Motors Technical Center, 1965. The 60s really did futuristic interiors better than us. It is little known that deers have beam weapons that it only comes out at night. Life isn't all sunshine and rainbows. Literally me at my local Chili's eating for $10.99. I've never been to Chili's before, but this looks good. What a terrible sleep paralysis. I feel a weight of like 4 or 5 cats are on me. And when I opened my eyes, there were actually 4 or 5 cats on me. Rihanna purchasing Travis Scott's Rodeo when it dropped in 2015. Not a fan of how vintage 2015 is starting to look. Yeah, it was 10 years ago. It's a while. The key to understanding backrooms is that members of Gen Z were kids when shopping malls started dying. The mall I never got old enough to hang out in now looks like this. No! That one sitting on the paper is getting eaten. I don't care. I think all of these can be eaten, but you just need to shave off like a quarter of it, which is touching the ground. Hey, is this a new drink on the market? 6-7-Up. I personally love the idea of the backrooms looking like the same, even in ancient times, because they don't follow the rules of space and time. Every new show/game that happens before the original trilogy basically goes like this. 1. Introduce a new character. 2. Develop them. Give them an arc. 3. They meet Vader. 4. Story ends. Don't be evil was Google's former motto and a phrase used in Google's corporate code of conduct, and then it was removed in 2018. Guess they couldn't live up to their motto. In the early 2000s, I used to vandalize Wikipedia for fun. My favorite was a user had a note on their page. This page has been vandalized 14 times. I changed 14 to 15. They couldn't do anything about it. Nothing will beat the page for guys standing. There was a whole edit war over this caption. Guys standing, sitting. Me, when I open my notes app to look for a recipe and come across the most heartbreaking text I ever wrote in my life. I remember writing an email in the future to myself about this girl I was talking to. It's so cringe. I've been going out to eat by myself a lot lately, and the maître d'... That's French. What is that word?
Maître d'...
I'm looking this up. Okay, it means head waiter. So the head waiter's eyes light up when you just say 1. They're about to stick you in a place you didn't even know was a part of the restaurant, getting stapled to the ceiling, and the waiter grabbing a ladder to get up close enough to take my order. How Samurai Jack uses the 60-30-10 color rule for visual magic. Big, medium, small is everywhere if you know to look for it. There's an account on TikTok that does these medieval live streams, and the comments make me laugh. A little birdie told me that Lady Anne is having an affair with Sir Cedric III. How was the skirmish? The adults yearn for casual role-playing. Big things happening on TikTok. How the hell can Daredevil see out of this thing? This feels like something that Marvel New Yorkers would post in Universe. Thinking about the time my baby was in the ER and had a med student checking his ears. I said, "Good job, buddy," to my kid, and the med student said, "Thank you, it's been a long day. I'm glad it maybe helped." My 87-year-old neighbor, Gerald, went door to door this morning inviting neighbors to his party, starting at 4 p.m. and ending whenever the cops show. You know, Gerald was an absolute menace when he was a young man. He's still a young man at heart. Sometimes I mourn the forests we never got to see. That's a huge tree! If she forgives you, then 30 minutes later she comes back mad again. That means she told her friends in her group chat, and the board of directors did not agree. One of my friends dumped his girlfriend because of her group chat. He got tired of everything being judged by all of her friends, who were pretty much hostile from the beginning. He said it was like dating 5 women at once, and 4 of them didn't like you. Comedian Ronnie says, "Screw AI," during Harvard graduate speech. AI is just gonna end up making mediocre people dumber. Quote of the decade. First they came for the fat, whiny losers. And I said nothing because they got me immediately. I was like the first person they got. What are your dogs' names? Calvin and Klein. Isn't that a brand of underwear? Yeah, they're boxers. When out of nowhere that female friend starts texting you too much. Apparently in Mario Kart World, 150cc doesn't actually make the AI better. The game just straight up rigs the game so the AI wins. Well, that's just lazy coding. Blow my mind. Towns in video games are beautiful because they're designed around the player's experience rather than a car. How would you fix the medical system then? I'm 17 years old. Like, I don't need to be a carpenter to see that your IKEA chair that impales everyone that sits on it and then shatters was put together wrong, but that doesn't mean I know how to fix it. A crowded subway, someone licks my arm. Panic, disgust, fear. It's a puppy in a bag. Warmth, jubilation, euphoria. Lady, don't apologize. YouTubers should do reverse sponsorships. Just interrupt the narrative of the video to smack talk some random company for 1 to 2 minutes. I'm tired of being a strong person. I want to be a 3-pound Pomeranian, owned by a rich lady who carries me in a Dior bag and feeds me rotisserie chicken until I die of a heart attack at age 6. I started talking to my co-founder like Claude. Were you able to make the 5 p.m. meeting today? Yeah, I was. The PM said you weren't on. You're right to push back. I actually did not join. What? Everyone who plays around with tarot cards long enough wind up with a bad card that they love. I just barely persuaded my husband not to get the 10 of Swords tattooed on his body. Traditionally, it shows a corpse with 10 swords stuck in their body and means utter ruin. But he thought that if it took 10 swords to kill you, then you must have put up a pretty good fight. This is the coolest interpretation of 10 swords. I'm stealing this. Wizard tip: they will run out of swords eventually. I made stew. It was awesome. I love potatoes. I love you too. Wait, what was in the stew? I don't want to be here. And under that recommendation, we need to impregnate the president. Okay, I may nap for like an hour. 8 p.m. to 1 a.m. A lot more than an hour. They did say like. The "your cat will eat you if you die" argument is so weird. Like, okay, bon appetit. If I die and a cat eats me, that's on me. She caught me slipping. Lose phone. Get replacement phone. Try to log into email. Email requires authenticator code for login. Log into authenticator app. Authenticator app requires email verification for login. This is my worst nightmare. Leaving the function because it's overstimulating. Caption aside, this picture is actually so depressing. Crushes are crazy. Why am I seeing this random autistic guy the way God sees him? I've wondered whether the infatuation phase everyone says is delusion is in fact a rare moment of more adequate recognition of another's objective nature. Replace "what if I regret this" with "what if this sets me free." I remember seeing a comedian years ago doing a bit about how she tries everything, because what if when she dies and gets to heaven or whatever, and asks why did I spend my whole life feeling unfulfilled? Why did these things never click for me? Only to be told because you never did darts. That was your thing and you never even tried it. I think about this a lot. Yeah, there's always something for you as a person. There's always something out there. I don't like this painting in my hotel. Bro, I like boys. Me. Which episode's your favorite? Bro. Episode? Me. The billionaire watching me through his CCTV cameras as I approached the entrance to his bunker with a cement truck. Somewhere an OSHA manual exploded and an insurance agent is losing his mind. The standard position of a person who solves other people's problems. About to walk into work 20 minutes late with this. Baby kitten is on the side of head. Adult cat is suddenly on top. Brain getting smaller. Continental drift. Are you a sentient human being? Yes. No. Unfortunately. What's missing from this breakfast? The resident of Pompeii who was consuming it at the time. Ferrari will send you a cease and desist if you wrap your car in the wrong color to protect brand image. And then drop this. What if I have a kid and it's ugly? At least you'll know it's yours. I just realized we're the first generation of uncles and aunties not arguing over land because we don't own that. A street full of grown men the second they hear a helicopter. Me. The exam was hard, bro. Yeah, especially the back of the paper. Me. How it feels to climb the corporate ladder. The hydrogen bomb when he realized the baby had stopped coughing. Me looking at bro right after he said, "Watch this drift." You look silly lugging around a backpack with your suit. Be better. Carry a duffel or a weekender. I don't really give a damn anymore, man. It's kind of crazy that the culture of golf and skiing, just leave your thousands of dollars of equipment wherever. It'll be fine. You are a stay-at-home dad. I was told by women that it's the hardest job in the world. Designed by architects with PhDs. Random 13-year-old kids in Minecraft. when it's genuinely so cold outside that you've literally got to ponder how early humans even survived this in just bare cheeks and animal hides. Abandons society, refuses to elaborate further, inspires millions from a completely different species. Europeans' first view of the Grand Canyon, 1540. Holy hell, man, you've got to see this! Extremely unfortunate Marcher Brownie. This looks like an unearthed ancient artifact. Selfie with iPhone versus free camera I found in dumpster. You found a... What? That is so lucky. You're like Coraline's dad if he had a better job. Raw cookie dough is unsafe to eat. A ship is safe in a harbor, but ships were not built to just stay in the harbor. Scientists 20 years ago. If global temperature rises 2 degrees Celsius, we're screwed. The weather app showing me 46 degrees Celsius the entire week. The dude who convinced women that bikinis were different from underwear. They're the same thing. How some people wanted the Backrooms movie to look like. I am under constant psychic attacks by my rivals. They keep making me see vivid imagery of us making out sloppy style. Aeroplane makes extremely low landing at a Greece airport. Pilot of 60 years of experience here. Typically all landings are extremely low. I tried to do one really high up once, but it didn't work. A pelican, around 37 years old, shows up every day at a Greek restaurant to get its portion of fish. The bird has become a well-known local figure along the seafront. Even the Greek birds are unemployed bums in their 30s. When someone asks me for relationship advice, when someone attractive smiles at me, the uncooked fish going home after the Titanic sank, it is time to go, Sneak 100. Was I a good meme? No, I'm told he were. Wait, where the hell did he go? I don't know why you need this information, but this is the aerodynamics of a beaver. And Stay Down by Charles Keegan. Hardest image I've ever seen. Dear men, we don't like this, but this build gets stuff done. Food corporations. Due to inflation, we were forced to decrease the size of the product. Again, your local kebab guy fills your kebab until it's practically overflowing. Here you go, boss. This coffee shop uses AI to monitor workers' productivity and track how long customers spend in the store. Ban this right now and blacklist anyone who worked on it. I'm dead serious. A coconut horse galloping sound maker that attaches to your bicycle. Quiet down and take thy riches. South Carolina officer pulled gun on coworker for heating fish in department microwave. I understand. I don't disagree, but I understand. Mindy Kaling shares the reason behind her scrutinized weight loss journey. Calling Ozempic a weight loss journey is blah 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 blah. You cannot talk here. Email me. Is your eye color real? Nice human cosplay. The entire working class. Weekends. When you realize bro isn't cool and mysterious around women, he actually talks to them. How come you never say that you love me anymore? I told you once, if anything changes, I'll let you know. If her boyfriend doesn't show up soon, the whole neighborhood will be out of power. Male depression, society. Be a man. Hey, thanks for the high five. Because the homies are saving us. This is a work of art. These are colored panels. My weight gain is caused by a slow metabolism and a fast fork. They really need to start teaching English in jail. Because what do you mean it takes prisoners a couple of years to complete one sentence? A Chinese guy built himself a computer that shoots real bullets at him every time he gets shot in video games, so he can feel the actual realism of war. How it feels to join a Teams meeting when my wife, who just got back home from work, says, "Come to mummy," and my child starts walking towards her. He just sat down to relax. Tell him the trash needs to be emptied immediately. The headpad of destiny. Today I learned an ant wouldn't get killed if you microwave it. They don't have a high enough water content, and because they're so small, they can dodge the hot spots in the microwave just by walking around. Ants, when they get microwaved, nobody sighs louder than an unemployed, debt-free dog who spends at least 16 hours a day sleeping. When you hear your work bestie getting yelled at and the boss says, "And where's that other clown?" How do you walk in shallow water? Love how we all instinctively just do this for no reason at all. This feature sucks and it's annoying me. This conversation may not be safe. It looks like this person is saying things that could put your safety at risk. So yeah, we implemented code that listens in on your conversations 24/7, but it's for the kids, bro. Think about the children, bro. By the way, look, funny whimpers. Hit me with the hardest reality truth. According to psychology, we rarely lose our temper with the people who deserve it. We snap at the ones who love us enough to forgive us. Psychologists today You decide when to change. Psychologists in the past. Either you calm down or I'll hit you with 400 volts. I traveled to over 100 countries. I spent only less than 24 hours in one city per country and then moved on to the next. The Earth is 6,000 years old. Uranium. Boss. Who can train the new girl? The dudes with a beautiful wife and 2 kids. Show me a picture of your ex. Took a picture of my armpits while sleeping and sold it online. He does look like a guy who would do that. European. Do you know that here in Europe, we put hot dogs and corn on pizza? Americans. And we call it American-style pizza. I support this approach. Didn't wash hands. Washed hands. There's a death metal band called Hatebeak, whose lead vocalist is a parrot named Waldo. Please attach resume, cover letter, and video of you begging for this job. And we're not going to give you the job anyway. We just want to see you beg. My father had to get the house keys made, and they had NHL keys. He got home all excited to show me the Sharks key he got. This is what he got me. Wait, can you break into someone's house with a picture of their uncensored key? Tom Cruise at 60, programmers at 30. What exactly is the difference between sci-fi and fantasy anyways? Fantasy is when Carl Urban has long hair, and sci-fi is when he has short hair. People who cheated in school the old-fashioned way, watching today's generation cheat with AI. How I sleep, knowing I won't ever go cave diving or mountain climbing. Mountain climbing that's fine, come on. Cave diving I get. This house in Istanbul has levels from 4 separate historical periods, spanning over 1800 years. Men are easy, just be nice to them. Note, many women fail this simple task. A new toothpaste is released. Dentists. I have one intelligent child who is designing a parachute, and putting this as politely as I can, I have another child willing to try the parachute. When I finally kill the mouse in the kitchen, and before it dies, it says, "How kind is death to greet me with the face of a friend." 23-year-old dinner. If I worked a 12-hour shift and my partner said they would make me dinner and I came home to this, I would do anything to them. Japan trials new drug that regrows human teeth, ending dentures and implants forever. The United States doesn't even believe teeth should be a part of a health plan. This might be an insensitive thing to say, but why didn't Lego... You can't say that. Rebuild his parents? Is he stupid? Lego Batman sets tend to be 9+. Bruce was 8 when his parents died, so he wasn't old enough to look at the instructions. My company hired a consultant to tell us what was wrong with the team. The consultant interviewed everyone. The report said leadership was the problem. The report was never mentioned again. Sorry, I can't hang out this weekend. I already have plans. Beat the dead horse. Push someone's buttons. Skate on thin ice. Beat around the bush. Put in my 2 cents. Knock it till I try it. Address the elephant in the room. Took me years to understand the why the long face punchlines to "so a horse walks into a bar" jokes, because I thought that's a normal sized face to have if you're a horse. It never occurred to me judge a horse by the standards of man. I was a better person than all of you. I'm trying to figure out how we went from go green to AI data centers in every state. The moon is definitely a she. I've been studying the Dunning-Kruger effect by myself for 15 minutes, and I'm pretty sure I understand everything there is to know about it now. I've been studying the sunk cost fallacy for 10 years now, and if I stopped now, what was the point? If I had godlike powers over the nature of animals, I would just make crabs smarter, like on par with crows or something. You'll walk out onto a pier at night and see a group of crabs working together to drag an unconscious man into the water. You can't help him, he's gone. What time is it, you ask? I pull out my 2.7 metric ton granite sundial and immediately crush both of your feet. I loudly yell, "It is cloudy!" Guy number 1 humor rule. Once we confirm you're alive, everything that almost killed you becomes fair game to make it into a joke. When my hair caught on fire and my brothers called me Ghost Rider for 2.5 years, just like malware is short for malicious software, Delaware is short for delicious software. Boomers be like, just walk into the office and ask for a job. The office, locked. The recruiter, AI. The interview, automated. The job posting, fake. The rejection email, instant. Your data, sold. New wallpaper check. Why is it 71 degrees? 12 people you should avoid. I'm sorry, it's really hard to focus. Gary has brought you a brain cell. He believes you desperately need one. Say thank you to Gary. But Gary, you gave me your only brain cell. I would rather lick every rental shoe in a bowling alley than record a 2-minute video explaining why I want a job. Really? You're gross for that, man. I wouldn't. Yeah. Random queued into a max ranked lobby. GG. Oh, fun. Love Monaco. Have you been? Yeah, a couple of times. For F1. Have you ever been before? Yeah, definitely. Some may think Cyclops, but alas, it is a trick of perspective. If this fine seal were to turn its head, you would discover a second eye. Marvelous. My boyfriend paid for my rent this month, and I ordered him chicken wings. 50-50. Someone said women trade like the British during colonialism. Doing the deed is temporary. Being above average at every video game, but having no transferable skills to anything useful in life is forever. Crush. Why should I trust you? All the guys I've dated were dogs. Well, aren't you going to say anything? Meow. Me, watching bro who did the entire project alone, but still gives me credit. We're in court. I, who lived my best life during lockdown, hearing about the hantavirus. Come on, do something. Well, I don't think the hantavirus. Yeah, that was all overblown. New AI consultant reveals a client accidentally spent $500 billion in a single month after failing to set employee limits on Claude usage. Oh no, that's not billion, that's million. Is it? 6. Okay, that's million. I'm an idiot. I wish I could be in the meeting with the guy who spent $500 million in Claude credits in a month. Like, what do you do? Do you fire them? Yeah, you fire at them. It's just facts. Science suggests that men with plus-size partners may report higher relationship satisfaction. Sending this to your normal BMI girlfriend and saying, us, to start a massive fight. Cheese on the beach was prescription medicine back in the 1700s to heal all varieties of maladies. Bring back cheese on the beaches. I've eaten cheese on a beach. We went from millennials can't buy homes because they go out to eat too much to millennials are killing the restaurant industry by being too frugal when Jeep owners crashed their car because of all the ducks blocking their view. Japan reached a record internet speed of 1.02 petabytes per second, allowing the entire Netflix library to be downloaded in just 1 second. Well, yeah, they have to power mechs and they fight angels in Japan. They need a lot of power because sometimes they have massive power cuts. Dostoevsky, you overthink because you fear you're right. Kafka, you overthink because you're afraid of being wrong. Hold on. Depending whether it's night or day, I can be both of these people. Experts. This whale is going to die if we return it to the ocean. The German public for some reason. Get the whale to the ocean or we riot. Whale returns to ocean. Drowns. German public. Before high school. After high school. Oh boy. Ever spill a little bit of your coffee and realize the thread you are hanging on by is actually quite thin? Obsessed with this review of The Art of War. 1 star. Nothing but common sense. How this became a classic is beyond me. So much of it is common sense. To the point where it brought out my snarky, no kidding reflex. Like, if an enemy leaves a door open, you must rush in. Wow, that was deep. Keep your money if you're thinking of buying it. Don't worry, I'm a doctor. Slap. Kiss. That'll be $4,000. So you assaulted me and you want to be paid? No. In Japan, some vending machines have seismic sensors. During earthquakes, they unlock or can be switched to free mode, giving people water and drinks for emergency relief. This is true of baby turkeys too. I had a professor in college who raised turkeys, and he said you have to put marbles in the baby's water dish so they'll get curious and peck at them, and then accidentally consume water for the first time. Absolutely enthralled by the idea that for turkeys, investigate pretty shiny object is a more innate instinct than drink water to survive. Truly, I may be a turkey at heart. Be me. Police court. Need to go to a hearing. Look at fine of 500 euros. Get a lawyer. Brings fine down to 200. Billed 600 by lawyer. Thanks, I guess. Wife doesn't like my beach outfit. A female white lion at a zoo in South Korea captivated onlookers with her beauty. Genuinely, why did they make this movie? They were trying to make money by selling tickets in the theater. Somehow I'm old enough to remember dial-up, but young enough to rage quit any website that takes longer than 5 seconds to load. Luke Skywalker's lightsaber in Return of the Jedi, before and after VFX, was originally blue. Wasn't showing up against the sky, so they had to change it. It's amazing that this is the only reason for the creation of a green lightsaber in canon. Why do my fish do this a lot of the time? Not enough room, maybe? I mean, that's a pretty big tank for a tiny amount of fish, right? I've never looked after fish before. We are witnessing history. Backrooms had a bunch budget of 10 mil, made 118. Obsession, 750k, 148 million. This happens in the horror industry about once every 10 years or so, and I can promise you they're going to learn the absolute worst lessons from it. My car battery died. A friend and I were jumping it. Then a middle-aged man came over and offered to help. He somehow managed to melt our jumper cables, then said, "Okay, well, I'll see you guys later," and drove away. Random acts of kindness like this is what helps our world thrive. Made the most unappetizing and non-food colored cup of tea of my life. Mushrooms, blueberry tea, coconut milk, honey. I can't describe the flavor other than floral wood. 1 out of 10 would not recommend. I have named it the Gnome's Laundry Water. Kind of embarrassing to play a game that your friend recommended. It's like, oh, I'm pregnant with your game. I'm playing and it's yours. I don't think like that at all. As much as I love Earnisir being a meme, there is something else displayed in the Asserology section of the British Museum near the complaint tablet next to Earnisir that I think is just as meme-worthy. Let me introduce you to 5 clay modeled dogs found beneath a palace doorway at Nineveh. They guard against devils and demons and are modeled after real dogs that lived there over 2,650 years ago. The names are Loud as His Bark, Biter of His Foe, Don't Think, Bite, Catcher of the Enemy, and Expeller of Evil. Dad, I had a bad dream. Don't worry, son. Your dreams will never come true. Ever. When you're leaning back in your chair and you go a bit too far back and you almost fall. Mom, am I your favorite? Oh, 486 of you are my favorite. Oh, 485. Stop moving it. You're just trying to freak me out. They're playing with an Ouija board. I'm not moving it. Yes, you are.
Did you say something, sweetie?
What's wrong? I feel worthless. You're not worthless. You're a great example of what not to be. What's wrong, buddy? Everyone keeps using my wrong pronouns. There. I just need a quick photo for proof of delivery. I feel great today. Something must be wrong. Buddy, if you're good at something, never do it for free. Hey. He wants me to help them overanalyze everything for $5. We may look different, we may think different, but inside us, we have one thing in common. Microplastic. Sea turtles can live for years. What's the secret to a long life? A burden-free life. Mummy? Nope. A lot of people ask me why I smell good. It's because I'm aroma. Boom. Hey, wanna get rich quick? Yeah. Alright, here comes Rich now. Let's shake him for all he has. Sorry guys, I'm broke. Happy birthday, John. I didn't get you a present, but I did give your wife a present in bed. You're welcome. You said you've only been with 3 guys. It is. Then explain your mountain of stolen hoodies. You've caught her. Son, have you a waifu pillow? How embarrassing. That's the last time anyone laughed at his body pillow. You are being accused of stabbing the plaintiff 68 times. My client requests to be stabbed 1 more time. Hey babe, I paid a plane to show a message in the sky, look up. Divorce me. Mummy, may I have a cookie? No, honey, go to bed. But Mom, why not? Because you passed away 5 years ago. And remember, the customer is always right. Gravity isn't real. Oh God, I'm sorry, but your wife died of a broken heart. What? She came in for a heart transplant. I dropped it. Oh, Shadow, sometimes it feels like you're my only friend. At least you'll never leave me. Oh wow, it's 7 already? I've got a date with the sun. Humans of ancient Greece. The end is near. This will never end. Your optimism disgusts me. Date of month, you gotta scroll all the way down because you're now old. Hey, did you know you're only seeing a small part of me? I'm so much more, so you better not mess with us. Get away, rat, you carrier of disease. I also carry presents. Aw, what's inside? It's disease. God damn it. Help, I'm stuck in a rut. Hang tight. When did you start feeling this way? Maybe 6 or 7 hours ago? It's not working. Try turning it on and off. Oh, yeah, works. Thanks. Glad I could help. But this time, the porch pirate is getting calmer. My package was stolen. Yeah, I'll hold. You should do some good today. No, do some bad. Or I could do absolutely nothing. This guy. Language. Hey, Chief, you're gonna want to see this. You're right. This rules. Beep, beep. No, I'll tell you when to repeat after me. I used to be an egg. What was that like? Quiet, dark, comfortable. Honestly, kind of preferable to this. They said I could never have kids. How do I know this baby's really mine? We have a test for that. Only dad sneezes at that outrageous. Okay, time to get organized. Step 1, adopt a lot of cats. Step 2, party. Okay guys, this is your goodbye party. But we had plans. That's a world record. Let's get a picture together. You're not in the frame. Lean in. But babe, if I lean in, they'll green line me. Is it just me me, or does it start to smell deliciously good? Hey, are you even listening? Sorry, I was distracted. I was watching those two ghosts smash. I need to turn things around. Welcome to hell. He just went to the bed. I need healthcare. Are you serious? Hey, this guy wants healthcare. Ah. What's wrong, Sven? No, I had an American dream. I think that being here with you, snuggled up cozily, warm and safe, is the greatest gift I could possibly ask for. I think the greatest gift is these virtual reality goggles. I don't know if going on living is worth it anymore. It is. Who said that? Dad. Fat cow. Excuse me. I warned you, dude. I wasn't calling you a fat cow, although you do look fat. What are you doing this weekend? Nothing. Cool, I'm having a barbecue at my place. Everyone's gonna... Let me say it again. I'm doing nothing this weekend. Dad, there's a monster under my bed. Don't worry, son. I'll take care of it. Your dad left you for the demon child under your bed. We're going to burn alive. When are the firefighters getting here? I never called them. What? Why? Because you should never meet your heroes. We changed something. Screw you. But it improves the user experience. Does it? No. Okay, newbie. Everything the light touches is our kingdom. What about that shadowy place? We don't mess with that. What are you doing, little one?
Playing with Shampa.
Well, put him back. She matched with Mario on Tinder. You don't look like your profile picture. Catfish. Pixel fish. The cat says, I'm not stuck. I'm just going through some stuff. I think I woke up before my alarm. I'm wide awake. Guess I could get up as long as it's not too early. It's 2 a.m. It's when the monsters are about. What do you want? A peaceful death and cake. I can't work today. I got a note from my doctor. Will you go out with me? Doc. Wow, the boss let you off. Cool. I look into my crystal ball and see a sad man with no prospects in life. Psychic readings. A man with a dead-end career and no valuable skills, alone and depressed. That's a mirror, not a crystal ball. Doing laundry. Oh my gosh. Honey, I can explain. You're doing laundry. I want to dedicate this award to my late father. Did I miss the ceremony? Dad. Every time. Dad. But you have two fathers, right? Late father and father. The origin of the term fine art. What do you think of my art? It's fine. Farmer talking to Grim Reaper. No, it's not the time. Phew, I thought you were after my wheat. No, just your life. Hey, need me to search anything? Nah, no. You can search something for me. Why is Bing so terrible? Welcome to the roller skating rink. How many pairs of skates do you need? 2 pairs, please. Why did they just conjoin? Hey, take off the sunglasses. They don't make sense, you idiot. You never keep your promises, like when you said you would mow the lawn, or clean the house, or make me happy. Phew, I got a whiz. Yup, next episode. No! Stay hidden, depression. They'll sue you. Humor is your defense mechanism. Happy 24th birthday, my son. I even made a special cake just for you.
Oh, I love cake. Time to move out, you little idiot.
Thanks, Mom. I made it through the night. I survived. Now, the day. Honey, I'm home. What the heck? How could you? After so many years, you watched an episode without me? The relationship is falling apart. Nothing is worse than walking and your ankle goes, ah! Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the loneliest of them all? Me? Aw. See Monster for Hire. Go viral on social media. Save on ferry travel. Reach things on high shelves. You've been with us for many years. On behalf of our company, thank you. Can I get the same discounts you give to new customers then? No, of course you can't. Look, I got a journal to write down all of my inner thoughts. But horse, you're illiterate. Rude. You just don't speak horse. It's your own fault. This is social media, made to connect people. Dead internet through... So excuse me. Which do you think is worse? Finding a crunchy bite in mushy food, or a mushy bite in crunchy food? I don't know. They're both pretty bad. You want a lifetime supply. Lifetime supply of what? Of pillows. Is that sunlight and birds and the color green? Spring has sprung. Hey, you! Get the hell out of here, seasonal depression. Hey, you! Get back in here! Regular depression. Kirby's Dreamland. Press start. I feel a vague but constant anxiety and a sense of exhaustion deep in my soul. Ah, jeez. The Grim Reaper. Actually, I'm the Smiley Reaper. I was grim, and then I realized I was miserable. So I decided to turn things around. I left a toxic relationship, started working out, rebuilt old bridges. Hey, Dad, I just want to talk. So I guess you could say things are going pretty good now. That's great. Does this mean you won't be taking my soul? No, know, I'll definitely still be doing that. I just won't be so glum about it. And that's the story of my life. This was fun. We should do it again sometime. In an hour, you did not ask me a single question. Oof, that's a day gone wrong. He who has summoned me, state your wish. I wish you a pair of Timberlands. Damn, didn't know you were chill like that. Dad, I know you're busy today, so I made you lunch. You did? Yeah, a peanut butter sandwich. Wow, that sounds great. Thank you. Ta-da! That looks disgusting. Oh, and we're out of peanut butter, and sour gummy worms and popcorn, and let's split it. It is I, your guardian angel. I will look after you and protect you. If you stopped smoking and drinking so much, you could add 10 years to your life. Yeah, but which part of my life? At the end when you're drooling and doing stuff on yourself? That's what I thought. Hey God, I'm practicing abstinence. Just like you asked me to. Really? That's cool. That's cool. Joseph, guess what? God made me pregnant. I'm a dev from IT. Was there a problem? Yeah, it's my screen. It just froze. My keyboard's locked and I can't access anything. Dunk. Whoa, it's working. How did you do that? Powers. Ooh, powers. Program is not responding. Click, 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 click. Issues resolved. 317 clicks have corrected the error. 6:59 a.m. 6:59, 6:59. Wait. Oh, it's 1 p.m. already? I wish I slept like this. The bird sees a fish in the water. Fish! The dolphin sees the same fish. Who's gonna get it? They kiss each other. And the jellyfish is watching. This is awkward. Yo, you're on the chair, brother. Bring your mentor day. I may have misread the email. Children at play. Someone's name I just met. We're full. Useless fact. What's up? Maybe their name is useless. Hey, cutie. You sure that thing's a cutie? What the hell? Come on, Dad. Boss, I crushed it today. No. Yes. Is that my car? I can try to uncrush it. Tell me about the first time you felt the urge to obliterate all of life. Sweet parking. Just back it up or what the hell? I think it's safe to say Larry liked cheese just a little more than the rest of us. He died chasing that cheddar. Sleepiest sleepyhead. And the award goes to Grandpa. That's such BS. And then the cat, even further behind the dog. Cats sleep more than dogs. I like your hat. Thanks, Apple. I'll call them humans. They're so cute. They're cute, but they're ruining the planet. Can you help me sleep? I can make you sleep forever. Awesome. Oh my gosh, Larry. We've been robbed. That's it. We're moving to a safer place. This has happened before. Tinkerbell's done this. When a cat sits on all of your stuff and you think, hey, where did I put that? I can't find it. Oh no, my character passed away. Oh no, I have to make a new one. Oh no, I have to buy a new set of dice to match my character. Oh no. Dear Santa, I've been very good this year, and for Christmas, I want all the pain and suffering to stop. Age 5, Sally. Hope you're okay. Well, she has been good this Santa. Don't do that. The wrong path or the right path? Which way are you going? The right path. Wait, it doesn't matter. I want to be the wealthiest cartoonist on Earth. Deal. But you won't know how to draw cars. I don't give a damn. I want to be an astronaut just like you when I grow up. I've even been practicing drinking my own pee. That's not what we do at all. Luxury food. Yeah. Inedible garbage. Wee wee. Yo, kid, better tie your shoelaces. Is that how I'm going to die? No, you're gonna die peacefully of old age. Awesome. I'm gonna go try some illegal substances. Which lasso did you use? From the gentleman at the bar. Come outside. No, I'll give you vitamin D. And serotonin. Okay, fine. I've tricked you. Enjoy skin cancer. Take me to your leader. I'll do you a better one. I brought the leader to you. Start the engine, and now keep going and never return. Okay. I wrote a poem for you. Thanks. Does anyone understand binary? This is beautiful. I can't believe my boss forgot my birthday. I thought he was my friend. You, how did you get past my security? You let your guard down. Remember the day I borrowed your brand new car and dented it? Kowalski, set off fireworks over this town. Let these poor people have something to live for. I said fireworks, not a neutron bomb. Cthulhu, I summon thee. Fool, my true form is incomprehensible. What you see before you is merely your mind. Because I want to use them in a different video. Click, click. By continuing this site, you agree to share your cookies. Yeah, sure, whatever. The cookie monster, you're a fool. Tired of feeling useless? I'm gonna find a job. 3,000 resumes sent later. I know you feel rejected right now, but you're important to me. Look at me. You are a beautiful piece of poop. For a happier you, remove what doesn't spark joy. Frequently drunk, inappropriate jokes, swearing. They removed the person. What do you mean? I'm too controlling. What do you mean I'm too controlling? The ostrich found our toilet. Mum wants to know when she should start the potatoes. Morty, come. Oh, Morty, what's that short for? Get over here. What a beautiful day. Nothing beats this. Look at that that flower. It's so good to be alive. Let's just get to the usual. But that's what we always get. I'm taking a stand for once. Today we try something different. Today we shall live with a sense of adventure. Yeah, I don't like it. Why didn't we get the usual? If people acted like dogs. Texting. You keep sending me I love you over and over again. I don't want you to ever forget that. Well, it's not the warmest coat, but it looks great. Looks like he froze to death. Damn, he looks great though. Yeah. I'm so glad I found you. Do I know you? You don't yet. I've come from the future to warn you about wearing protection tonight. Okay, I will. It's working! Pick a card. Dad! To my son, I leave the Queen of Hearts. Hi, I can't open Outlook. Well, that's not good. What happens when you try? I can't open Outlook. Right, are you getting an error message? Yup. What does it say? It's an error message. I've spoken to people like this. It drives you crazy. Drawing stuff that reminds you of your dad again, huh? It's not gonna magically bring him back, you know? But can we pretend that it does? At least until I finish one? Okay. Cleaning, 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 making sure the floor is nice and clean. And this person gets picked up by a hand? Oh, it's the life cycle of a soap bar. I'm going to hold on to you for a while this time. Hey! Oh no, you dropped your motivation. Video games? What are you doing here? You here to replace motivation? You shouldn't be motivated. It's discipline. You want discipline, not motivation. One small step for man, not for me. I hate my brother's stretch. Does a 23 in acrobats work? Wait, sorry, for what? To land on top of the bad guy? No, this is for my entrance into the room. I'll cast fairy fire. I'll shoot with an arrow. I cast animal friendship. How it started. I don't want to make a new character yet. Can I homebrew a ghost? Yeah, sure. We'll make it so you can possess small things. How it's going. That's horrifying. 2 types of dogs when it comes to licking water as well. There's always a puddle next to the dog bowl. Let us make love, my darling. Here in public. No one can see us. We're ghosts. The cat. That must be why dogs and cats suddenly look really confidently at random places in a room. They'll just start staring at a wall. You're happy. And life comes up to you and says, no, you're not allowed to be happy. Don't be sad. Slap life in the face. Tell it to go away. You deserve happiness. Everyone does. Yeah? Are you sure you like me? I do. So you won't change your mind, right? Nah. You don't think I'm weird? No. So you definitely like me? Yeah. He didn't like her. It was a prank. What are you doing? Oh, just decorating. Why? Well, according to the bill I just got, I live here now. When the moon's looking hella majestic, but the photo you take is genuinely buns. When you're looking for something and your brain gives you a hint, it's like, hey, I remember this. Day 12 of making sure random girls in the woods get home safe. What a lovely contributing member of society. What we genuinely thought would happen as kids if we opened our eyes at 3 a.m. No, because this genuinely did happen to me. I'm glad that one guy isn't here this time. Seriously, OMG, who even was he? They don't know I'm in their war. Me, trying to take off my wet clothes after getting out of the pool. When you were destroying bro in an argument and he suddenly said, that's why you're single. Me, closing the door and leaving confidently. Wait, hold on. Did I lock the door? I gotta go check. You're mid-snack and the game's about to start. Gotta rub those hands clean. When the water is so cold, you can genuinely feel it travel through your organs when you're done with the shower, so you low-key turn it off. Unk is genuinely losing his mind. Unk just posted the divorce papers and he's getting more than 50%. Me, after socializing for 2 hours. That is enough socializing for the whole month. What the subway workers see while I'm ordering. Leave all your belongings behind during the fire alarm. Me with all my valuables. When you thought you could survive the zombie apocalypse, but then bro Loki just gets mauled right behind you. So, we found the person who invented the WebP image format. Why is this a thing? When you're trying to kill a fly and it steals a kiss from you. Most birds, searching the ground for bugs and worms. Woodpeckers. OG Pokemon series viewers age. They're actually aging because it's normal. Ash doesn't age. He gets younger. Testing a fake parachute from Amazon. Well, that went as good as I would expect it to go. Yeah, thankfully you had another parachute. Soldiers, literally anytime anything happens. This is a trained response. Dad, where is that thing that peels potatoes? Son, she went to the store. Dad, we really went from NPC live streams to guys aura farming for hours on stream. Just accidentally closed a tab I meant to read 2 years ago. Horror book fans reading in a library. A pregnant woman asks for my seat in the train, but I can't give it because I've got billions of children in my nut. What is going on in London? Wait, the Sith are here? New Shades. American producers. When the scene of a movie takes place in Mexico, when your friends come to your crib and they genuinely just start destroying it. Hey, don't destroy my stuff. How it feels to text that one friend that replies 3 days later. Me during an exam when the correct answer is option A, but I've already chosen option A 3 times in a row. When I'm trying to tell an adult about my problems and they say, welcome to the real world. Yeah, Dad, I quit the $1 million Mr. Beast challenge because I missed you. Unemployed dudes opening YouTube, Discord, Spotify, and Steam after waking up at 2 p.m. How it feels letting your immune system 1v1 the sickness and adapting to it instead of seeing a doctor. When the movie is about to start, so you go inside of the theater to watch it. If you had saved $10,000 a day, every day, for the past 300,000 years, since the very first Homo sapiens that walked the earth, you would still only have half the wealth Elon Musk has today. How 9-year-old me was moving when the teacher told me to track down the kid who went to the bathroom 30 minutes ago. How mosquitoes would low-key be moving if they actually had the same speed of an average fly. How the guys that had anger issues in elementary school would look at you before they start throwing desks across the room. How guys be celebrating when the teacher extends the due date on the project, knowing they're still not doing it. My nephew dropped his pacifier. Why is that fish sucking on it? How my lonely Abby in my room reacting to romance and anime. Me leaving the ICU after noticing all the patients sleep better since I turned off the beeping machines. It's also a lot quieter. What dogs think will happen to the nothing they've been barking at if they keep going for another 8 hours. POV. We are in an apocalypse and I see my professor who gives all late submissions a 0 arrive 5 seconds late to the survival bunker entrance. Apple Store employee. Sir, please return the iPad to the display shelf. Me. What iPad? You passed with the worst possible grade. You should be ashamed. My honest reaction. Eating soup, bread, and cheese in low light so I feel like a medieval peasant. My grandma walks so slow, what the hell? Slowest lady in the world. This is why I'm scared of fish. In one bite, what the heck? Slurped it up. My next meal. Look, you seem like a nice guy. Why don't you get these chains off of me and we can just... No, I'd rather keep my meal. POV. When I'm laying down comfortably and realize I'm low-key laying like a bad bitch, so I gotta lock in. How it feels to go fight an optional boss and then learning the reason why they're optional. Bro waited 17 years for the game. What game is that? 17 years later. Half-Life 2. Thanks. And they replied within an hour. Jeez, dude. This is definitely not a girl. Mum. This meat smells funny. Dad, give it to the dog. The dog? I can't wait for summer. The average summer experience. Professional guitar reacts to guitar getting smashed. What conspiracy theory has a high chance of being true? Why are the users and the comments deleted and removed? Does removing the grass around the tree make it look taller? ChatGPT knows what you're trying to ask. I know what you're trying to ask. How dudes with a loving girlfriend be looking at your phone when you say you found a baddie on Instagram? I know we don't talk anymore, but happy birthday. I hope you have a good day. Nicest text you can receive. Going into my awful job because I didn't do a TikTok dance in the pandemic. Benefits of being a mechanical engineer in 2026. Wow, a lot of things you aren't. Yo, bro, friendly fire is on, so be careful. When you've already calculated how many hours you're going to sleep, but you still can't fall asleep and the number still keeps dropping. When you and bro are rage baiting your friend, but he actually crashes out. The genie looking at me after I use my first wish to cure blind people, but they have to pay me a monthly subscription. This is just you being a businessman. Yo, buns at 6 o'clock. Just don't make it obvious. Yo, bro, I said don't make it obvious. The type of performance it takes to get that one bro to leave his house to hang out when you realize that you ruined your sleep schedule and now you have to do the 24-hour challenge. Australians. Losing to the US at the World Cup was our most embarrassing moment ever. Also Australia. HR. Your complaints are 100% anonymous. My boss the next day. When you realize your punishment as a kid, stay at home, take a nap, go to bed early, eat at the right time, are now your goals as an adult. The average Discord users reading the server rules. POV. You didn't read the Temu terms and conditions, and now you're fighting in the Chinese Civil War. Glebe pulled up to the crib. Yo, can Glebe pull up to my crib? What's his phone number?
Hello, Earthlings. This is Glebe. I have killed Baskel and taken his place.
La 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 la, I'm unemployed every day of my life.
When I finally get my driver's license, so I immediately slime my homeboy. When I find an issue at work, but then realize that it will become become my responsibility if I say something. When you're writing an argumentative essay and you realize halfway through that the other side may be right. Me, alone in my room, wondering how life could have been if that one thing never happened. Whenever I'm mean to my girl cat, the white and orange one, she reports it to her big brother and something like this happens. When bro is mentioned once in the group chat, me, on my first day as a blacksmith, when they sent me to check the molten metal, how that one guy sleeps while his demonic, soul-crushing car alarm goes off and wakes up everyone in the neighborhood at 4 a.m. The Lightning McQueen toothpaste in the landfill, watching the sun explode. POV. I'm on the toilet and pretend I'm flying a jet. I've never done this before. This seems low-key fun. This is how fast guys would run to the cafeteria for a burger made out of gorilla butt and a box of milk. When she introduces me to her dad, but I accidentally say I didn't know you had a sister line. When the Gen Z employee that isn't afraid of management is addressing something again. When your mum uses your phone to make a call and she starts walking away with it. Genuinely how it feels to sleep in summer. If I was a carrier, where would I be? Played. Me, after I watch any movie. I have the critical thinking skills of a 4-year-old. You're so kind and polite. Your parents must have raised you right. How I was raised. How Japanese guys in the 80s felt after adding one English sentence to their song. When I call my bro by his actual name instead of calling him Bat Chud as usual. When the 10 out of 10 6'2" goth mummy picks me up and says she's taking me home. I must be dreaming. When it's 13:56 and you lost the year's harvest by gambling it all on cards and now your wench is flashing her heels at another man, but the bard is low-key playing a banger. When I catch her out cheating and she's talking about some "don't hurt him," like I was ever gonna hurt the dude. The type of game I was playing in 2014, instead of buying Bitcoin, there's been an accident, collision detected. The sign literally says don't look, so you go look inside. Okay, I would do the same. Actually, I wouldn't do the same, no. What is this doggo? How 7-year-old me felt withstanding the pressure of the water falling on me from the big bucket at the water park. When you have to go somewhere, so you leave your house. Yep, this was the meme. When I make my third wish, but the stupid genie again misunderstands what I meant. When you're about to quit studying, but the neighbors yell, "Don't stop, keep going, keep going!" At 4 a.m. Me, every time I try to sleep. Not yet, man. Classical music to cure brain rot. I don't want to cure brain rot. If I don't have brain rot, I have nothing. When you're mid enjoying yourself session, and all of a sudden you're the popular guy. The last Wikipedia editor on Earth using their final breath to change humanity is to humanity. What? How I stare at the most random thing at 6 a.m. instead of getting ready. How my son sees me when I get home from work. Me trying to be an adult and drink black coffee with no sugar. Anyone who drinks black coffee with no sugar does not enjoy it. The type of bugs you see in your property. The nanosecond summer disgraces Earth with its presence. POV. When I send bro a minute-long video and he reacts to it in 10 seconds, so I know our real ship is fake. Unemployed guys explaining their mysterious source of income. When your dad is about to feed you a second breakfast, but you overhear the spare human say, "I already fed her." The mosquito that just bit me getting hit with the caffeine from 5 cups of coffee instead of the nutrients it wanted. Autistic people when one tiny thing in their schedule changes. When I buy an energy drink for the crackhead at 7-Eleven and he offers to protect me from the cops that followed me there. How it felt in 2017 when you joined your homeboy's party and 4 of the deepest voices you have heard in your life say, "Yo, who's this?" My wife beating the absolute Sonic coins out of our son for being on the game at 3 a.m, knowing damn well I told him he could get on. When you were a kid trying to have fun in the bouncy house. Who calls it? You mean bouncy castle? And that one fat guy had the audacity to jump in like this. This isn't a video, but I couldn't wait to use it, so I had to use it in this video. I had to download it for this video, I'm sorry. This is too funny. The cleaning staff at the World Cup every time Japan plays. If you don't know what they're referring to, people of Japan clean the stadium after they are done. How cool is that? This could never happen in England. Men will make 3 friends at 15 and decide that's enough socializing for their whole life. Me and my friends showing what games my child should play. Hollow Knight. Just made a video on Hollow Knight. POV. Logging back into a game that went under 4,124 updates in the 4 years since you last played. When Claire Forlaney slapped Jackie Chan way too hard and ruined the take. When the doctor keeps trying to look at your small thang in front of the 10 out of 10 nurses. No leftovers are. He's even eating the bone. Are you kidding me? How How was your Avatar experience? Never got to finish ours. Wow, stuttering in a cinema. Surely you got a refund for this. When my daughter brought me a warm beer, I decided to show her hamster her mistake. POV. You're on a flight to Turkey. Everyone's balding. They're getting a hair transplant. Hey, I thought this turtle was going to get eaten, but they just high-fived. What is it called when something in a movie doesn't make sense or isn't properly explained? This is a hard one. Definitely not plot holes. When my girl's trying to crack jokes, but my Dariod's been causing me dude swings lately. Facts. Yo, I'm angry right now. I'm hangry. When me and my homeboy are getting pulled over and I scream, "He has a gun!" That's a joke, but the officer genuinely blows his brains out. Me, when I find the Butterfinger that turns you into a Cuphead boss. You're a dust mite in a PS3 being started up after 10 years. When it's low-key your birthday and you're enjoying yourself, but your whole family tree decides to surprise you, so you genuinely escape. Who's thinking of these situations? How it feels to accept any job just so you're not sitting at home being useless. 4 ways to give your ID to the police officer. I feel like you only need one way of these videos. Like, you only need to check one of these ways because this is the last way you'll ever show your ID to someone. You don't need 4 ways. When your Steam account is stolen, but 13 minutes and 26 seconds later, support messages you and asks if you want to see a recording of the thief's kneeling apology. How do... Let me have some water for that. How dudes who are failing school be designing the Minecraft XP farm. How bro feels after saying I didn't know you had a sister in front of my 74-year-old hospitalized grandma. Thanks man, really gonna make her laugh. Why did they name it World War I? Did they already know there were going to be more? Actually, the name First World War only appeared in 1939, when the Second World War started. Before then, people simply referred it as the Great War. Wow, I personally don't think there was anything great about it at all. Great doesn't necessarily mean good. Great in this case refers to the scale of the war. I don't know, I think it's kind of messed up that they called it that. Well, what would have you called it then? Something negative like maybe the Big Bad War? Are you serious? The Big Bad War makes it sound like a fairy tale for children. 4 billion people died, bro. It doesn't get much bigger and badder than that. 40 million people died in World War I. Where on earth did you get those numbers from? I made them up for dramatic effect. Now Ben realizes he has been playing with a monkey. Me nodding in class so the teacher doesn't feel sad. When you try to copy your homeboy's homework, but his ugly handwriting spawned a demon. This is the school my parents don't want me to miss, bro. Someone failed the test, but I won't tell who. How the teacher stares at me. Last poop ever in school. Gave it my all. How people reposting depressing things and then come to school the next day like this. When finally exams end, and suddenly you don't know what to do with this freedom. 100 multiple choice questions exam. 1. Write an essay exam question. When you walk into class and see the chairs looking like this. How the sun shines on the last day of school. How teachers feel writing question marks on your tests instead of actually telling you what you did wrong. You're the only one that notices the teacher looking. Why did my freshman just come up to me and start asking when recess starts? Kids who learned English from watching movies and playing games. English teachers. Teacher really thought I was on the book. I was on the teller. When the material is so unstudyable, you low-key just accept that your academic career is finished. When school starts in 20 minutes, but you're snug as a bug. In a rug, wrapped in a hug, as warm as a mug. The box in the book, what the teacher wants me to write in it. What is school even about, bro? Stealing is illegal. High school crushes were crazy, because why was I running around the whole school trying to get a glimpse of someone? The way your whole day was better when you saw them in the hallway. Stand up, say your name, and 3 interesting facts about you. Hello class, what's the capital of Berlin?
I can't stop thinking about feet.
How I look at bro after he actually locks in during class instead of goofing around with me while the teacher isn't looking. How teachers look at you when you were joking all class and see you struggling on the test. Me watching my grade drop from a 95% to a 7%. When you didn't study because you had a lot of time, now you aren't studying because there isn't enough time. How it feels to be in a class that laughs at the most unfunny stuff. How Monday is going to feel returning to that school after I treated winter break like I graduated. This midterm is hard as hell. Ignore the doodles. Who are you trying to draw? Is that one of your friends? Me in bed every morning before school, questioning if an education is really worth it. Me staring at that one classmate that I still can't tell if they're a boy or a girl. Voice? When it's actually time to take the classes you chose, when you were motivated, and you genuinely realize you're not built for this. I looked away for 1 second, bro. Are you sure that's maths? That looks like a different language. Why is that teacher pulling the face? How guys that had anger issues in elementary school would look at you before they started throwing chairs across the room. Me spending 5 minutes diligently calculating what my grade will be if I fail the exam while I'm literally doing the exam. I really think there should be a section in the exam that lets you write everything you know you didn't get asked to prove that you've studied. How my class just sits in silence after the teacher asked the simplest question known to man, and then they start blaming just random people. When you take a new route to class and unlock new characters. My favorite topic in school, it's unemployment. That one bro who goes from being miserable in class to being miserable at a 9 to 5. Bro thinks he's free when I genuinely try to study, but I'm just too dumb. How it feels when the answer to the long arm math problem comes out as a whole number. Teacher didn't like my drawing. See me after class. School assembly is going to be interesting. The gum goes here. This is gross. I failed art class because of this. Yeah, you definitely only just gave Sonic feet. Not one pencil in sight. What type of table is this? My substitute teacher uses object show wallpaper on her laptop. Me running back to question 2 after question 7 reveals the answer. Your homework is only 3 questions. The homework? Yeah, 3 questions, but it's got A, B, C, D. When the exam is so hard, you look outside and think about how lucky birds are. Teacher, never in my 15 years of teaching ever have I... Bro in the back, what it felt like sharing a textbook with your classmate in school. The state my mum finds me in at 6:45 when I'm supposed to be getting ready for school. The most honest graduation caps ever. I didn't graduate, ChatGPT did. You study and you pass. You don't study and you pass. You don't study and you don't pass. You study and you don't pass. What makes you special? Write about 3 things that make you special. Remember to use complete sentences. I like to play football. I like to build with Legos. I'm God. Me waiting for the professor to finish humiliating me so I can go and sit down. Rare aesthetic. Holding a pencil wrong since you were 5 and not being able to fix it. When you're walking on stage and hear someone yelling, "Hey, that idiot isn't supposed to be graduating." How it feels when school ends, so now I can lift heavy metal circles for 2 hours and then doom scroll until I fall asleep. When you're so cooked on the maths test, you genuinely start looking at the walls for hidden clues on the posters. It's 2 a.m. on a school night and you're laughing, watching TikToks until you hear footsteps outside of your door. So you low-key just accept your fate. Bro, who is named Bolt? I think 1 person in Washington. I'm crying. Who the hell is Josh? Essentials, fear of Josh. During the summer, my school installed metal gates over the bathrooms to keep us from going between classes. Front office, calls. Teacher, yeah, I'll send him down. Students, he could be any one of us. When the one metal water bottle drops, school at night would be so fun. Wipe that smile off your face, twin. School's tomorrow. I don't think school's tomorrow, it's July. My hair before school. My hair at school. My hair after school. When the exam is so hard, you start counting marks instead of answering. How I feel when the teacher says to write 2 to 3 sentences, and I go for 3, and you get the whole sentence wrong. When you're losing so badly in Clash Royale that you start paying attention to class when it's last period on a Friday, and the whole class low-key jolly as hell, and it starts to feel like this. When you get picked to read in class, and you have to try and read the sentence, as nonchalant as possible. Bro, what? If you say 6-7, or do the motions that are associated with 6-7, you will be assigned a 670-word, handwritten essay about how brain rot is affecting the younger generation. I'm with this. Go teacher. How people be organizing their backpacks for the first day of school just to have only half an eraser the next day. I would never unpack my bags. It's like I was carrying around a 20-kilogram weight. High school, you're tired. In university, you're thinking, oh, high school was so good, but you were tired in high school. My school got corrupt working in attendance and discipline. How guys will look at you when you walk into the the school toilets to piss and not start a fire. When I leave the high school reunion early, saying I've got a business meeting, but I genuinely have got 10 minutes left with the rental. How I look at my test after I skipped question 1 because it was too hard. And then I look at question 2 and it's talking about, based on question 1. Teachers will have talks with you like this and still make your grade a 27. I remember I had a talk like this with a teacher and she failed me on that test. It was a mock test. How guys with over 100 absences be moving after finding out they have Monday off. When the teacher says something to another student that connects everything during the test. When the teacher keeps talking during the test, so I have to keep rereading the sentence over and over and over again. Me, when I tell a teacher I don't know the answer and they respond with, yes you do. How I feel telling the bathroom fiends a teacher is coming. How it feels to stay at home on a school day while your classmates are suffering. What schools worry about. Smoking stuff. Underage doing something. Violence drops out. Wikipedia for homework. Chewing gum. Leaning back on a chair. Make more than half of this chewing gum. When the teacher's screaming, but you've still got to let bro the last part of the joke. You just have to complete the story. If you get caught, it is what it is. How guys be in class with 57 missing assignments and a 37% chance of graduating. I should have studied more. I should have done more with effort. Awful teacher, school system, world. How guys used to stare at you in 2nd grade when your name was in a word problem. Man, just wait till you get home. You don't gotta be doing all this in public. You should get 2 YouTube accounts. An important message from my 8-year-old about schooling from home. Okay, I'm sorry, just sometimes I'm tired, and I yell. How it feels teaching yourself because your teacher is actually useless. When the phone ban's so serious, you've got to communicate through Google Slides. Why did I never think of this? This is such a good idea. No. Bro forgot to change the wallpaper before presentation. What did the teach got against Alberto? First period just started, bro.
What for lunch, teach?
When you hop on Reddit incognito mode to goon, but the recommended top r/confessions post is low-key interesting, so now you're reading about how a guy ruined his life while you're still holding your meat in your left hand. Everyone asked what I did in the exam, but nobody asked what the exam did to me. The school my parents don't want me to miss. Teacher is yapping. She turned away, looking at us again. When you thought bro wasn't coming to school, but you see him outside the classroom. When you ask your teacher for help, but you're not a 5'4" thick Latina breaking the dress code, so he just looks at you with pure disgust. Like the previous presenter said, I won't add much on that. Thank you. When the teacher asks for homework, and you've got to act like you're looking for it, even though you didn't do it. The modern day version of this is corrupting a file. When you have to divide 3,890 through 7 in a math test without a calculator. You don't want to write it down or anything? I can't do that mentally. How the school corridor should work. People going one way, people going the other way. Stationary people, all separate. How the school corridor actually works. It's a river, and everything is being mixed together. When you're halfway through your math test, and you start daydreaming about packing up your stuff and living in the mountains for the rest of your life. How the janitor be looking at you when you say, Kobe! Then hit the rim of the trash can as your milk carton expires, ringing your academic soulmate to make sure neither of you have betrayed the sacred pact of procrastination. Is a 0.57 GPA good for Harvard? Yeah. It's considered to be very good. Harvard's gonna accept you, twin. Not a single number on the screen, by the way. Raining again. At home. At school when it's raining. Our teacher assigned an essay today. After 20 minutes, I looked over to the guy next to me. I just got my acceptance letter from medical school. I'm so happy right now. When you're talking to someone and a speck of spit flies on your face, so you genuinely look at them like this. I try and act like I didn't notice, but it is disgusting. I definitely noticed. When your teacher is so strict, you wonder what their kid goes through at home. I bet you they're not that strict on their kids. That's a big pencil for such a small piece of paper. Just give me the F, bro. It looks like you're currently in the middle of an active quiz exam. I can't give you the answer to a live assessment question. How does ChatGPT even know that? One look away and you're cooked. 2 + 2, 4. Blink. What? How teachers be looking at you when you say you don't understand something you learned yesterday. Why weren't you listening? I always thought the whole broke college student thing was an exaggeration, but now that I'm actually in college, I'm literally just like this. What could possibly be so shocking, gang? Crop just one question inside the frame. Math is frying him. Yo, does this look AI? Is this AI generated? I can't ever do an assignment with bro. When did teach genuinely say, this isn't for a grade? Fumbled a the test so bad. I had to remember my value as a human being outside of education. I remember there was an exam one time and I failed it so badly. And I had my head on the desk and I was thinking, oh, I wish I was at home. I wish I was like one of the dogs. When you go to the school bathroom and the toilet's stuffed with 3 cards, a plan B, and somebody's Chromebook. Me, if one person says, school starts soon, 3 to 5 sentence paragraph due at midnight. How it felt rage baiting the substitute teacher into having a mental breakdown. I've been in classes where the teachers have cried. It's so bad to laugh at, but come on. Teacher forgot his computer and asked for mine. I zoned out in 7th grade and I've low-key never really logged back in. I'll bro be looking at you when the teacher is straight up sharing the most devastating news of their lives. My teacher gave me a rock as a hall pass. Someone stole our hall pass, so my teacher just replaces it frequently with obscure objects. Leftovers of my art pencils from middle school. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 pencils! How long does it take on average to get through one pencil drawing? When the person next to me is complaining about missing 2 questions on the exam, but I literally had to make up my own formulas and look out the window to see if the birds could help me. You made your own formulas? Einstein. I did this in 7th grade in 1973, and yes, I weirdly still have it. When your classmates are trying to figure out who brought the class average below 13%. Wait, you're telling me in America you need 59% on a test to even pass it, and you're all expected to get A's, which is like 96% then? How do you guys survive? We don't. My English teacher in 8th grade, when I write a story about a mortician falling in love with a dead body and hearing it talk to him into hurting himself to be with her. Clearly he didn't make the right decision, because why are you talking about this on TikTok? You should not be allowed in public. I heard today, teachers who love kids teach elementary school. Teachers who love their subject matters teach high school. Teachers who are crazy teach middle school. Are you ever in class and you hear a random muffled scream from a nearby class and you're like, what the hell's going on? What kind of school did you go to? Public. Attending that professor's lecture that doesn't explain anything and goes out not understanding anything. Don't blame a clown for acting like a clown. Ask yourself why you keep going to the circus. Reminds me of this business teacher. This was 6th form, so when I was 16. Keep in mind, this is like one of the most loved teachers, right? Or was. He said he'd be teaching us. Business starts. He's not teaching us. Mr. Fake, Mr. Failure, Mr. Fart. Yeah, Mr. Fart. If you ever somehow see this video, I hate you for that, by the way. I actually do hate you. I was still gonna pick business anyway, but the fact you made like all these presentations talking about how important business is, your mindset, how you're gonna teach us, and you didn't even teach us one lesson. You're fake, bro. You're fake. Thanks, I'm done now. Thanks for listening to my rant, guys. Not only will you feel bad for being overweight, the scale will mock you for your age. You're old. That's not how puzzles work. Yeah, that doesn't fit. Delicious beverage, gas. Ah, yes, the 4 genders. Your gender is male, female, French, or English. This artistic design cut into toilet stool walls. Thanks to Singapore Airlines, my first ever interplanetary flight. I'm so excited. I finally found out why I had random symbols all on my face today at the beach. They fell off your shampoo bottle. Human traffic jams are unavoidable thanks to whoever greenlighted this. This black text on a bottle of black nail polish. How am I supposed to read this? Not exactly the best name for a traveling bag. Mini bomber. These LED stoplights don't melt the snow. Pool got a new sunshade for the kiddie pool. A new yellow sunshade. It looks like they've been doing something in that pool. A staircase at my university. My school locker can't even fit my backpack because of those shelves. Don't end yourself with a gas pump. Yeah, there are much better ways. Okay, I shouldn't say that. Oh, it's fixed. I think they used this place as a pit stop. This sign. Trash employees only. These stairs made to trip you. This makes me think when I don't want to think. I don't want to think when going downstairs. I want it to be easy. Guess what color I thought it was? Black, and it's not black. It's white. How would I know? My date of birth and then my expiration date. Are you asking me to predict when I die? Holds up to, but not quite 1,000 pounds. These shoes with suction cups on the bottom that pop when I walk on smooth surfaces. Goofy shoes. The mirror in my hotel room lets anyone look in on the bed, even with the curtains closed. I would not stay here. She thought she was sending me the emoji on top, but the one on the bottom was what my phone displayed. Hello, I've just had a stroke. I'm trying to spell sunshine, but it looks like sunshine. Just be yourself, but that's a wasp. These 2 vegetables can kill your belly fat overnight. The only way to lose belly fat is to be in a calorie deficit. I don't even know. We go to great depths to find your perfect home. I'm not trusting any submarines, not private ones. The sink is a full arm's length away from the edge. It's for very, very tall people with long arms. This is on the PS4 store. I mean, there's a perfectly okay pop-out keyboard that they could have used. They just want you wasting time, even more time. Houdini's bathroom. Now, how are you going to use this? Putting the bathroom light switch right beside the fire alarm control switch in an elderly person's home. Not even glass covering. When enough is enough. This doesn't do a good job at explaining what it is. I'm glad there's an icon, or else no one would believe me. Day 2. They still haven't noticed I sold the living room for a TV. They make being on the floor look so comfortable. After this knife broke, I found out why. Handle pins are lies. Found the copier. Will Le Louvre marry you me? No. The way they are drinking cola suggests they have never actually had cola before. These pants from Target. Guess who set the alarm off at the movie theater today? Men's room was around the corner and down a hall. You went through the fire exit. This menu that seems to be upside down at first look. This makes me very uncomfortable. This engineering building at my university, which was so poorly designed. No, it's greatly designed. It shows you how engineering works. It shouldn't work, but it does. I'm constantly trying to wipe flour off the cover. No, the white specks are supposed to be there to annoy you. These ants are painted into the table. Freaked me out like 5 times during lunch. A public bench where strangers can get to know each other. Yeah, like it's being used for that. Accepting resumes, and you've got to put it in this compartment, which looks like a bin. Trust me though, guys, it definitely ends up on someone's desk. Right? Come on, is it the exit or not an exit? Let me out of this place. Because we didn't know what to do with the space, so we put a big T, and it starts off 30 years ago. That damn smile. You'll get a stomach when you're older, Jimmy. For now, you starve. This entrance sign looks like a do not enter sign, but really you have to enter. Yeah, usually red means no, green means yes. What a delicious spoon. I just can't keep it out of my mouth. Yep, that is Bart, all right. He's been through tough times. There's really odd advertisement for transit around my city. Where did the bus driver come from? She's a time traveler. How about grabbing the pizza by its toppings with the palm of my hand and thrusting it into my nose? Barbecue handles that melt off. When you set the burners on high, you've got to get a refund. At least my fingertips are clean now. Only the fingertips need to be cleaned. I don't think that lady's a human. My bed at a hotel I'm staying in. You're definitely waking up in pain. This mother on the front of my local grocer looks like she's tripping and trying not to freak out.
Why are there so many people here?
Local bakery had no picture for the apple turnover, so they decided a Microsoft Paint version would do instead. But that's so much more effort. Forever 21 does not know how to use Photoshop or what women actually look like. Walgreens vinegar on your left. My husband's regular sparkling water go-to on your right. He discovered his error a little too late. This Halloween decoration at an old folks home. Okay, the world's newest country. Oklahoma. 10 out of 10 cable management. No cables needed. Bluetooth PC with a Bluetooth wireless monitor. And by the looks of it, she doesn't even have a keyboard. How do I buy this? Santa's escape route. Santa goes in through the chimney and out of the door. My dad saw this at work today. The garage is for decoration. Apparently nothing. What do these 3 things have in common? You in 2019. Action. Success. Am I crazy, or does it look like she's about to be farted on by a horse? No, I see it too. I think she is. Is that the diversity at work? It's a no-brainer. Yes, only for people without a brain. 100-degree day in the sun and a metal shifter. How does this mirror work? You look away, but it's still showing your reflection. Run! The children are attacking, and they're huge. Maybe we're children and these are adults. This floor at this barbershop. Why do they have stones there? I mean, a Hoover would get rid of all the hair. It just looks unappealing. You just can't have a really powerful one. Or else you're going to be hooving up rocks. I don't even have words for this. You want people hurting themselves in the face? Because that's how you get people hurting themselves in the face. Yeah, that is not a strawberry blade scissor. No, you don't want that anywhere near your face. The Minions remake is looking good. weird? This bicycle path in Hungary. Instead of using the university's logo to replace the C in Central C, Michigan, they just kind of threw it on there. Apple design. Is this a real, like, old Apple mouse? Looks terrible. My mum thought this butter dish was cute, but it just makes my eyes bleed. Butter and butter. It took me a minute. Give women a chance to reach the top? This abomination. What word is this trying to spell? Two colors? Before and after. Egg nay. This guy has two mouths. Does he? I only see one mouth. The flag is just a picture of their logo somewhere else. Wow, USA, Spain, and Argentina are so big. Hey, I'm not Spanish. Toggles only need one bar. It's called a witch mode, and I'm gonna turn this on. I'm done with this book. Can you spell the name Beethoven? Nope, can't even say it. They made this candidate look so futuristic. Terminator. This coffee cup handle in a Brooklyn coffee shop, which challenges its users to lift a cup of hot liquid by its smooth. They just want people to spill it on them. Almost had a seizure trying to figure out which way my room was. Yeah, I'm staying in the marbled room. A work of what I got says aim high, but the plane itself is aiming low. It's aiming low so you can aim high. It's sacrificing its own standards for you. My neighborhood. Delivery drivers always have trouble finding my house. It's all called Finsbury Street. This would be annoying. This 8. Do the children lay on the road? Speed bumps ahead while children are present. Plastic has to be removed from every single mini sausage before cooking. Do you think they designed it like this because there were like food poisoning issues? The lines printed on my butter dish are soluble in butter. Ugh, you're gonna be eating blue stuff, whatever it is. Found in a museum shop. That is not Puss in Boots. My movie theater tried, okay? This is when The Incredibles came out. That must have been such a long time ago. This chart makes Drake look much farther ahead than he is. Even though the difference in views is about 1 million. I'm sure this has caused a few slip-ups here. Why would they do that? They've got the tiny icon, which actually means if it's for male or female. And then they've got a huge graphic design, just the opposite. You look like a real giraffe. Fake giraffe. And a fake elephant. Everything's fake about that. Batman even listens to his mum. No, he doesn't. The first handhold will get the party started. Not all climbing walls go up. Try climbing sideways across our wall. How far can you go? And there's an emergency pulley right next to it. Client. Can you design this soup to look like feminine hygiene packaging? Feminine noodle soup. Where are her legs? What do you mean, where are her legs? She had surgery and she wanted to become a motorbike. Got a problem? My high school end zone. The amazing bat mug. Today I found out that if you update iOS, all the old alarms you've set up will not make any noise or vibrate for no discernible reason. I'm glad they removed this bug. This caused me to sleep through an important job interview this morning. Terrible timing. Advertising plus-size leggings with a small model in one leg instead of getting a plus-size model. That's too big even for a plus-size model. A full-grown woman, that's just, I don't even know what that's for. People who are conjoined, that's the only way I can see this marketed towards. I bought this watch from China for $37. The numbers are glow in the dark, but the hands aren't. At least you know time's real. You just don't know what time it is. Hey, pissed. Hey, psst, kid, want to taste some French fries? I'm good. You need to wash your hands. Is that flour? I hope it's flour. I hope it's not anything else you've been putting in your nose. A highly realistic photo of a microwave when his beard is worth mentioning. Meet Obi-Wan. He's a Jedi Master and he's also got a beard for some reason. Brand new apartments and someone thought this was a good carpet design. It looks like the floor is rotting. That's not how palindromes work. I don't even know how, what is a palindrome? This horrible double tap to complete image pictures on Instagram. Double tap to fill the shield. I hated these. Hate's a very strong word and it's appropriate. If we order pizza, what kind of topping would you prefer? None. Must be a valid email address. This duck in one of our school books. How can I show this package comes with multiple pairs of socks? They're not even legs. So turn around and back into me. If you don't see Dunkin' Donuts in my hand, just turn around and back away slowly. Let's just throw random windows on the wall. It'll look great. This design stole on a t-shirt, printed on a mug. This trash can I found in India. Found this in my physics textbook. What law of physics is this? Gravity? This creepy pizza serving its own kind of food. Serving itself. How to break your bones. Yeah, how to just stop living, I guess. The clock hands don't glow. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory they failed. 3 Bells Bar and Korean Kitchen. I needed edible eyeballs for a Halloween party snack. These were inside a larger bag. Edible eyeballs, huh? These purses look like garbage cans. If you're going to use the dumbbell as a eye, then you don't need to use another eye. This guy in my engineering textbook either broke his arm or has a second elbow. Ah, yes, the 3 major ethnic groups: Hispanic, non-Hispanic, Danish. I'm pretty sure that's not how mirrors work. If the chair in your room was an actual person. I'm feeling bad for X. They got 2 extra tries and still managed to lose. My yellow backpack has a hook on it, so when you hang it up, it looks like he did something to himself. Yoda, no! What made you so sad? Where headlines get cut off. It's clickbait. 96% of NC educators do not want to teach with a firearm. This is just clickbait. This grayscale pie chart. Oh, thanks. I can definitely know which is UPX or Molebox. What even are these things? These coffin-shaped door windows in my hospital. Yeah, we're just doing a very important surgery on you. Am I gonna die? I'm seeing that there's coffin-shaped windows. No, we just do that. I'm sure this would give bad thoughts to patients. I wouldn't like this. Just found this masterpiece. You've got 2 phones. This football-shaped bottle by a mineral water company ahead of Football World Cup Russia 2018. And it turns into a spherical magnifying glass and gets on fire when in sun for more than a minute. Oh, I love water. This paint in the public restroom. This is why I hate using public restrooms, because sometimes this could actually be what you think it is. Parent guardian needed. If you're under 16, we need parental consent. And if you are the parent guardian, please confirm that you are the parent guardian and complete this calculation, because only the people on the ends like soap. Well, yeah, when you wash your hand on one end, the other people don't use the taps. They just wash their hands in the water you used, and it goes all the way to the left. It runs down. It's gross. Your giraffe is pretty good, but I think my lion is a bit more realistic. This allegedly says, when your own initials enough, I developed glaucoma while verifying. Is it Mugi or Lario? Questionable photo opportunity at the local zoo. The death of many hands. Okay, whoever put this symbol on a non-twist-off bottle cap should be fired. Upon walking into this bathroom at the supermarket, I was initially disgusted at filth and lack of cleanliness until I looked a little closer and it was designed this way. And you know why it was designed this way? So when it's dirty, you don't know if it is actually dirty. This before and after, a Chinese slimming product. Before, I don't even think if she was that big, she'd be able to stand up. But after, you should need to take this thing and in 24 hours, you can get slim. Mario and Green Mario. Oh, I forgot what that thing's called. The cat theory. You know, when it's in a box, this is this thing. This is what's going on. Schrodner. Buzzword, buzzword, buzzword. What could possibly go wrong? Electricity and water. Running water. Who lives in your nightmares under your bed? Tasty mothballs. I don't want to eat those. I'm going to the what the hell? All the numbers are just randomly placed. Don't forget to yeet. Yearn for education, excellence at all times. This teacher needs to get with the times. Yeet, really? The statue of Shrek at my local mini golf course. KitKat put a ghost design on their chocolate that makes it impossible to correctly break. Yeah, this is cool promotional campaign or something. Halloween time. I like it. It's different. I thought this was broken and a poorly fixed hula hoop at my local toy store until I picked up another. Turns out it's the actual design. They're just cheap and lazy. Makes sense. Question of the day. What should cost less? A gallon of gas or a gallon of milk? Yes or no? I agree, no. That's my answer, because this is a stupid question. Dwarf with backwards feet has his first modeling session. This is pretty cool. Why is this oh, I get it. Wait. Oh, I thought, I was about to be like, yeah, this is good, Cool. But yeah, it's just an actual design fail. I thought the person making this was trying to make fun of the dwarf. I was like, what? I'm thinking, whoa. This water bottle has markings to show you how much liquid is in it. But you can't see the liquids at all. It's not see-through. Enjoying the best of both worlds. No thanks. I don't want to try this ever. Ah, yes. My favorite Chinese food. China. Pizza, baguette, salad. My sister microwaved her chip bag at school. That's what microwaving does? Son, this food is so good, bro. Yo, are you sure you've even tried any of it? How the hell do I eat this? I threw a bunch of ice cubes into the fryer, lol. Fire. It was alright. Bro, you deformed the fork. You're not real. If you've never squished Skittles to make burgers. I've never done this before. Is this what people do? Eating good. We are cooking you on airplay right now. I'm never making a pie again. Am I the only one who peels the croissant before eating it? With the power of autism plus ADHD, I will sort every red and green out of this. I hate that there's 8. It looks like 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 8, 9! Strawberry jam or chocolate-filled donuts. Donuts with filling need to disappear in general. You genuinely think you deserve to live, and it's actually crazy to me. Jam, donut, ugh. If a 2-inch tomato can stitch itself, so can I. You can't even tell which one is gluten. I think everyone can except you. News. Potatoes win best vegetable for 322nd year in a row. A goddamn dynasty. Who's counting? Who decided that candles go on top? I went to McDonald's and asked if they had a vegan McDouble, and the worker said yes. This is what the piece of trash gave me. They will never make me hate you, my love. Sometimes I try to savor something so long, it's not even warm anymore. Got pizza for dinner? Order another pizza, bro. You wanna come with me to the mac and cheese movie? Damn, sometimes I understand rabbits. This looks fire. Place in freezer until firm before applying skin. If you held the McChicken for the past 5 years, you would have outperformed the S&P 500. Bro, when I was in high school, these were like $1 or $1.50. My dad just called me out of school because it was a nice day. We should normalize doing this as parents. I think that'll build up connection with your kids more. I made 5 eggs. 3 for me and 2 for the pan. That one bro's combinations that they swear is good. This and yelling shark as loud as I can. Crying. Eating like a Komodo dragon. You've only got yogurt and eggs in that fridge. Me, the pizza right out of the oven. The roof of my mouth. I hate when my mouth gets burnt. I've got an ulcer right now. It's so painful. Is this what it's like in America? Oh no, yummy pastry sold in bulk for people to enjoy at home. No, America, no. Forged a wild apple from the woods, bit into it, and discovered its flesh was blood red. Now await my prince in a glass coffin. Why is it when I make a delicious meal, it's always you 3? Onions, mushrooms, and garlic. When you inhale the food too fast because it's too good to stop, but slows down in your chest. The pizza place I ordered from had smiley potatoes as an optional topping, and hell yeah, I got them. My wife didn't enjoy the whimsy as much as I did, but they're growing on her. How can you not like smiley face potatoes? Red flags in my boyfriend's room. Pile of bread. Get back in the bowl, you stupid egg. Guys, I tried making a cookie pie with chocolate filling in the middle. Any tips? Needs more chocolate? Got it. $300 food versus $12 food. Tried to make shamrock pancakes. The Grinch sitting on the copy machine. I seriously thought this was an AI image and the egg plus meat would come prepared. What the hell? I think if you DoorDash steak tartare, the entire app store should close to you. Like an ancient tomb sealing itself forever at the wrong password. You are not prepared for the mysteries of technology. Parmigiano Reggiano is one of the most protein-dense foods on earth, at 34% protein per 100 grams. It has more protein than chicken and beef. I plan to badly abuse this knowledge. Good luck with that. It still has way more calories than chicken and beef per 100 grams. This is actually really deep. This is yaoi. They melted together. I didn't have a choice. This world is so cruel. Life's good. Okay, Mr. Fart. This is the type of pizza Ninja Turtles eat. I would love it if you heated up this food evenly, Mr. Microwave. I would love it if you respected my creative processes. If you think lab-grown meat should be banned because it's potentially unsafe for human consumption, I got some bad news about 80% of the food in your local grocery store. Could you eat this in 4 minutes for $100,000? No, I'm such a mess up. Is it illegal to cook something from the start in the USA? I think so. To the guy who said that eating an apple and smoking off yes, this is a purse. I'm freaking out. What are you doing after hitting the scoop or dreaming of chowing down on huge slabs of meat with all you Americans? Here I am, watching that scene in VR and grilling my steak all by my lonesome. I got homemade pasta and the guy's business card is a piece of flatbread. I just ate 1 kilogram of mandarin. They should invent a use for mandarin peels. It feels so bad throwing them out. Back when we used to use coal for heating, you could use them as room scent by putting them out on the coal stove. I've invented a new diet called The Adventurer, where you walk for 2 hours straight every day and eat nothing but rotisserie chickens. Right is healthy, left is not. Toddler-occupied government. People be asking the dumbest questions in Pinterest comment sections. What's on the top? Chocolate? Yeah, I think so. What else would it be, freak? I'm so small and petite. This is me dipping my chicken nugget in sauce. Aesthetic treat photo ruined by my god-awful grip. I didn't even notice. Never seen someone hold an ice cream cone like that. Europeans. Americans have no culture. Also Europeans. When they try ranch for the first time, perhaps I treated you too harshly. Boomers made home-cooked meals every day in the 90s and never went out to eat. The home-cooked meals? Fish fingers and chips. The reason boomers can't be honest with you is that they can't even be honest with themselves. 8 a.m. final. Baking banana bread at 3:46 a.m. Never doubt me. Perfect score? Perfect banana bread. Google is giving away McNuggets with caviar for Valentine's Day. Yeah, I'm sorry, but that McCaviar is 100% alien cockroach embryos. Do not consume that. Disney-inspired cake. The black lines on the poo one genuinely tripped me up. Such talent. The one on the left, I had to do a double take on when I found this meme. Doesn't even look like cake. Objectively the most romantic gift someone could bestow. Enormous cosmic crisp apple. I paused doom scrolling to stare at this apple. I'm no better than a horse. New year, new lemon pig. Do you think they talk to each other? There's a restaurant near me that serves everything out of a doggy bowl. Actual puppy mode. Bladed weapons confiscated from rioters by the Paris police. In baguettes. Paris is so unserious. Even the coldest person would crack a smile after taking this bite. Cinnamon roll cheesecake. Gotta dim the lights and lock the doors for this one. Here's a dog bowl idea to cut down the water puddles. So smart. College student claims he's found the biggest chip ever seen. Plague Inc. newsfeed. The slime I found in my garage can move. If it can move, it can pay rent. This is an enormous price difference for such similar products, and I naturally went with Heinz. You don't have to use Rice Krispies, by the way. As a kid, I had a babysitter that wouldn't stop turning all of our cereal into Rice Krispie treats. My mom would come home and be like, oh great, all the Fruit Loops are Rice Krispie treats now, cool. A croissant with icing sugar. I've been eating a lot of croissants recently. Oh my lord, they are addictive. Just a reminder that you're not going to get your dream high value man by posting pictures of your buns online. Oh yes, I will. Eating good today. What if we were cutlery taking a nap together? Me trying to hide a secret. Mystery flavor. Hint, it's watermelon. I was just hungry, guys. How to make peace with the fact I'm too ugly for a man to even look at me. I'll never forget the girl that walked up to me at a party and said, want a chip? And opened her bag to show me this. Bagel and iced coffee. And why is there a homunculus in the kitchen? My partner works in a potato factory, and every time he finds a hard potato, he brings it home for me. I've started an album for them on my phone. Sophie, dinner's ready. You receive one delicious plate of peanut butter. I receive nothing. You are getting a plate of peanut butter because I love you, and only that reason. Don't turn around or look at your paws or pay attention to any other noise. Butterfly sourdough. I thought this was a pillow at first. I'm doing it. Cheesecake, but the crust is Halloween cookies. Eating out of a dog bowl is strange. Sure, but look how yummy my food looks. Grocery chain Stuart Leonard's goes viral for addictive butter-dipped ice cream cones. We do not have the healthcare infrastructure for stuff like this. I'm going to go get some Vietnamese iced coffee and blow up a toilet. I can't stop making these AI frappuccinos. They're so cute. 2 sticks of 16GB RAM costs $500 thanks to this. Every year, my brother and I have this bit where we give each other super awful Christmas cards. He liked it. Bake me a pie worthy of Mordor. Lunch. Raw milk. Raw cream, raw honey, raw eggs, and raw ground beef. I don't follow the Chad lifestyle. The Chad lifestyle follows me. Fellas, is it gay to cook? I made sheep toast. I'm not ready to be a mother, but if I had a child, I would be making food fun all the time like this.
Are you sure about that?
A huge cluster of grapes in Italy. And here's how they look when you're far away. Why are there so many cakes with happy birthday, Harry? Maybe all Harrys were born on that day. Minecraft cake. But it isn't cake? Or is it cake? I think it's cake. That's just the icing in cubes. Oh, to be alone in silence on a pillow like the $20 Erewhon strawberry. For a single strawberry, $20? What? This better, make me explode somewhere. Seriously. $20? Parking lot snow pile. I know you're hurting, baby. Please hang on, sweetie. It's just a little rain. You're doing great. By definition, an object can only have one center of mass. Where is the center? In my stomach. Might I interest you in a grilled cheese and tomato soup? On a granny plate in these trying times. This would heal me. I asked for 2 things of mustard. Found my box of meat rocks. You ever read a sentence that you instantly know you're going to randomly remember throughout the rest of your life until you die? Eating anything watermelon flavored. Eating watermelons. It's freaking pierogi day. I lost a bet with the wife. Long story short, I have to do dishes for the next 2 months. She's playing checkers, I'm playing chess. If you had one of these in your lunch, you knew it was going to be good. Guest order, waiter's meal. Pay my tuition and I'll take this down on Crustables. I don't understand why every time I cook steaks, they end up taking a shape of a bowl. Domino's Japan has announced a massive ultra cheese pizza that uses 2 pounds of mozzarella. Lactose intolerant people will eat this and then complain that they feel terrible. Screw it, Skyrim dinner. I love my sister, but why the hell is she hiding potatoes behind her bed? Me, when I pray on someone's downfall, but something genuinely bad happens to them. Are you team silly bananas or silly yellow bananas? $8 single ingredient cheese sandwich that has 45 grams of protein and like 700 calories. People just make their profile picture anything. If you've never had Chicago deep dish pizza, I feel bad for you. Who wants pizza with no cheese? It's under the sauce. Fattening up my boyfriend so he can't run away. Big candle. Big electricity doesn't want you to know about this. I thought this was a massive block of cheese. A few days ago, I was accidentally tased by a cop while trying to break up a fight between several people. Here's what he's gotten me today. Sorry I tased you. I would have sued them. You kidding me? I made a pizza and sliced it like a psychopath because I remembered I have free will and can do whatever I want. And then proceed to eat all the best pieces, like all of them. Save the worst for last. Strawberries on a homemade fruit platter versus the fruit platter at a 5-star hotel. These fruit strawberries are my favorite type of sweet ever, by the way. They're so good. I've never got sick of them and I've eaten them for years and years and years. You can't cut soft cheese in thin slices or wedges because it just gets squished. But you can with hard cheese because the protein holds it together. Got a free Valentine's Day cupcake with my coffee. Never end it, but I dropped it on the table. Always end it. But the icing formed the face of a beautiful woman. Never end it. You're delusional. I don't see a woman in this. I see a flamingo. Always end it. I want to see the CEO or founder who made the big AZ cheeseburger eat it live on camera. I want to see something. I ate a bunch of these as a kid, and I haven't been sick in over 20 years. I've never had a surgery. I've never had a cavity. Never broken a bone. All 3 nuts are fine. Never been in a car accident. Never been arrested. A lot of respect to the melon for collecting the seeds neatly in a pile and not scattering them all over the fruit like a watermelon. Making pizzas every night gets a little boring, but every once in a while, something fun happens. I think I nailed it. Please put in an absolutely irresponsible, borderline illegal amount of pepperoni on this pizza. I want a full-on pepperoni experience in every single bite. Ideally, when I open the box, it looks like less a pizza and more like you're trying to hide evidence under a pile of pepperoni. Just received maybe the most messed up sandwich I've ever paid money for. This is a bacon, egg, and cheese. But how does it taste? The bacon and the cheese were good, and the bread was fine, which is why it's a shame the egg is the size and flavor of a bike. What is that? I got visited by a monk in my dreams last night who said he wanted to try kimchi mac and cheese, but couldn't. So I said I would try it for him, and he told me to tell him later, and then he blessed me. It's time for the verdict. My girl got the nerve to cook dinner with the same pot she beat me with. Vegetarian shrimp. Leave me unsupervised around this and it will be gone in 45 seconds tops. This is gonna sound like the first sleepover of a long-distance relationship. Subway has released a foot-long Oreo cookie. It's kind of awesome how Jared screwed them up so bad they just stopped even trying to market themselves as healthy. It went from eat fresh to screw it, come get a Philly cheesecake and a 1200 calorie cookie. Don't have a bookmark? Try using a taco. Actual photo of an actual book found in the book drop at my library in Indiana a few years back. This 19-year-old made $7,400 a month in revenue selling fried rice while wearing a full suit daily without breaks and went viral for his stylish cooking. That's a good deal. Fried pickles are surprisingly... I don't like pickles. Gross. The best sandwiches cost $11. As they get cheaper, they become nasty. As they get more expensive, they become foolish. True. $11 for a sandwich is crazy. You can get a really nice sandwich in England. Marks and Spencer's, £3. I think it's £3. Maybe it's £5 now, I don't know. My friend told me this looks like prison food. This is one of the healthiest plates I've ever had for dinner. This is something you would feed a walrus on its birthday. Persimmons so tender, they split themselves open. What is a persimmon? I've never heard of that before. Is that a fruit? I know nobody cares, but fun fact, it happens when they're really ripe. The osmotic pressure built up by the sugar causes the thin skin to burst. I hope they taste delicious. Now I really want to try whatever this is. I was watching a video about how regional cheeses are made around around the world and was shown a type of mozzarella called Zizzona. The Z is pronounced Z in pizza with a Z sound. Zizzona, which means, yes, mother's breast. So rest easy tonight knowing they have Bobby cheese in Italy. Won the recipe about 2 to 2.5 hours on 375 degrees with Pillsbury crescent rolls. Made myself a filthy dirt egg to celebrate 41 years of celibacy. Nobody, not a single person. Local grocery store. We've got our maple blueberry beef patties on sale this week, 2 for $5. The Diamondbacks are introducing nachos in a 128-ounce size. Onion types explained. Yellow onion, high sugar content, good for cooking in soups, stews. White onion, milder than yellow. Good served raw. Purple. 1 pack of noodles. 2 packs of noodles. Hey, I wonder what happens if I put powdered milk into carbonated water. My cereal is loud and it's demanding to know why I would sin against both nature and God so thoughtlessly. How does it taste? Bad. I really miss when restaurants had this on the wall. I remember a local Italian restaurant having something like this on the wall. I like that he just laid there without moving. Like I might not notice the cookie he slid over to himself. Tinkerbell would not eat this. I think I've got the fussiest cat in the world. This one is hard. You guys probably wouldn't like my answer. One has to go. Waffles, I'm sorry. Or the buns, the cinnamon rolls. Not much of a cinnamon roll guy. They can all go. I don't care anymore. Everyone leaves me. You don't need the butter pillow. You don't need the butter pillow. You don't need... All I'm getting from the tags and replies on this post is the butter pillow has cast a devious spell on most of you. You have fallen for the trap of the butter pillow. I've seen this like butter all over my feet because I was bored of regular noodles. I would cook this for my girl and bathe her afterwards. When your wife is Asian, happy wife, happy life. Mad wife, sad life. Burger Ocean, burger in love. Weirdly enchanted by this. It's not weird for me as long as it's not weird for you. Thank you for coming out. I'm sorry if it makes things weird. Dude, where did the burger come from? I literally did not post that. How a blank see. This might be the most insane edit of my cat I've seen in like the last 7 years she's circulated online. Urgent. Has anyone in London lost their open Tupperware full of beans? Because I have found your open Tupperware full of beans. That was the best food I've ever had in my life. Eating in Mexico coming from England or Scotland has got to be a transcendent experience. Like seeing colors for the first time. Thinking quickly, I make a sandwich press out of 2 trays in my hot oven weighed down by the tungsten cube I use to balance my desk. Farms use more water than AI data centers. Okay, I'll go without AI and you can go without food and we'll see who lasts longer. Centuries of imperialism and this is your food? Why did you even bother stealing spices? Oh my god, you guys, I hate people like this. I'm gonna say this once. Toast a bunch of butter and then add some piping hot baked beans with some cheese. Oh, bro, it's gotta be tomato baked beans though, the Heinz ones. Come on. Hot tomato baked beans. Yo, you guys gotta trust me on this. Please just try it and get back to me. This upsets me. It really does. Delete one forever. This is so hard, Europe. Nah. When my sheet decides to do this at 3 a.m. and it doesn't want to go on the corner. When the water adheres down the side of the glass and it splashes onto you. The placement of this TV upsets me. I just wouldn't want it to fall off when I'm asleep. These drink sizes at a New York music festival. $1 extra for maybe 0.5 millimeter more. Went to a friend's house. These are the horrors that I captured. These doorknobs that are slightly off. Just a bit wonky. There are no blueberries in my blueberry muffin. It's a muffin. Big thigh problems every damn time. Big thighs, sure, but you might also just need to size up. Can someone explain to my significant other? There's nothing wrong with the second half pack of gum. This just happened when I took my bananas out of a bag. How unlucky do you have to be? I was having a bad day, but this is the last straw. God doesn't want you drinking from McDonald's. When this happens to your books, this would be so annoying. The button in the middle of the arrow keys is not the OK button. It's the mute button. My neighbor replaced his door 6 months ago and hasn't removed the shrink wrap. My friend's desktop background. Somehow he's okay with it. Your friend isn't normal. This is the most disturbing shirt I have ever seen. It's a circle, but it's not even a full circle. When toothpaste falls and it doesn't go away with water, so you have to rub it with your finger. It's just an inconvenience. One and only one of my keys on my RGB keyboard went inexplicably yellow. Sorry, your answer is not correct, even though it's identical to the correct answer. The way these pictures are hung up in the hallway at work, the peel open seal every single time. These light switches in my parents' house. You've got to guess the right switch for the room you're in right now. I'm picking middle. One of the most annoying things ever. And then you try and scratch that little piece which was supposed to come off, and it doesn't come off. My 31st favorite street. Bargain. It's now $6. It's $5.99. Save 1 cent. The circle on the Netflix volume control isn't centered on the line. I have to use this elevator almost every day and die a little inside each time. These plastic spoons you're supposed to use for hot drinks also melt. Discovery. Your bottle is not as big as you thought it would be. It's got a massive hole in the middle. Legroom for the both of us. My window seat. Ask to move or get compensation. People who leave a train like this. People who do this just shouldn't be allowed outside. I guess I'll just buy another thing to knock the candy bar down. That didn't work. Now we've got 2 things which are stuck. It's fine. I wanted a crease in my certificate anyway. Amazon decided to ship my dumbbell and toothpaste in the same box. If this happened to me, I would just die laughing. This bathroom. This makes me feel like my head is spinning. I'm getting a headache. The salt and pepper shake is in my hotel room. Are they joking? It must be April Fools. Roommate needed a blank trophy as a prop. I do not want any engraving. Just leave the metal plate blank. No engraving. They had one job. One of the prongs is shorter than the rest. This always gets me. Even the pulley thing came off? Oh no. I don't know what I would do. It's a trap. Which is the male and which is the female toilet? Saw this on a co-worker's desk. They've deshelled their orange. This is donut anarchy. My friend's co-worker cut out a piece of every donut in the box. This is nice because you can still eat the donut. It's not like they bit every donut with their teeth. This blade, designed to open those annoying, stubborn packages, which is inside said annoying packaging. The pattern on the buttons don't line up with the rest of the sofa. The window update screen was off-center and spilled into my second monitor. This would make me nervous about whatever update's going on. All I bought was a phone stylus, so they had to give you a receipt the size of, I don't know, a small human? Fair enough. I hate the rain for one reason only. It gets on my glasses. Being stuck behind this for miles. 55.5 miles per hour, 55. People with covers like these. My father's in-law adamant refusal to remove the protective film from the tablet he received last Christmas. Ugh, this would annoy me. These door handles. Size doesn't matter. Every piece of information on my appointment slip is written in an incorrect column. They just can't keep themselves in the box. All 3 of these lights are off. Not in line. People who drive on the shoulder to pass traffic. This is just illegal. This isn't only infuriating, it's illegal. It's a crime. Exactly 1 shrimp. It's not false advertising. This door in my house is not symmetrical with the sloped roof. The lids are ever so lightly too big for the cups, so they don't make a seal. I've married a monster. Who on earth finishes and leaves their toilet paper like that? This made me uncomfortable. Make ye comfortable. Can toilet paper get any thinner? Oh yeah, it can get thinner. Use your hands. Just imagine this toilet paper. How did you get hired? Advanced parking solution. Not even parked properly. This damn mirror. Well, it's giving you options. Where do you want to look? The way my wife loads the dishwasher. You need a new wife. When the space bar has only one pivotal point. So when you press it on the side, it doesn't register the keystroke. I have this issue. My keyboard's been broken for a year. Why you do this? Because it broke and they lazily wanted to replace it quickly. Me, I'm going to bake a cake. Sister, cool. Can I have some when it's done? Me, yeah, sure. Sister, she is getting no more cake. My new sock didn't get fully woven in the toe area. To the guy with the vertical line, I raise you these horizontal lines on every page of my assessment sheet. Guess who has homework due at midnight? You, and you also have a Windows update. It's currently 10:30 and has been updating for 10 minutes. This maintenance access panel was installed upside down and I have to stare at it for 5 hours. Not exactly 100%. Your profile says it's 100% complete, but it's not. I don't understand people. They're just selfish. When teachers cover the clock in their classroom, it's time to learn. We're not telling you the time. My friend's email notifications, 128,000. Okay, I have this, but it's for my messages. It's just spam and scams. My door number is 308. They installed it upside down though. Uncanny. How Spotify saves the exact characters I typed in my recent searches instead of the artist's name. It's like when Netflix autofills in a movie you want to watch, which they don't have. The burger I got. The cashier told me it was acceptable. He put the letters on the side. It's a deconstructed burger. My package has been circling the country for 7 weeks. You've got to stop it at one of these checkpoints. My dad's screensaver doesn't quite line up with either monitor. As a British person, English, United States flag? Get out of here. The way a Reese's peanut butter cup always tears some chocolate off on the bottom. Double doors should be twins, not just siblings. Red on button, green off button. I'm getting a new controller. I would not want to get used to that. You get so used to green being stop, and when you start driving, oh god. This line on every page of my notebook. My flatbread has an expiration date printed on it. I think it's expired. 1995. What? How old is this photo? Why can't they design their cables better? Because they want money, they want you to buy replacements. This painfully small sink. This lamp in my living room. Noticed it after 3 weeks, and now I can't unsee it. These characters are holding each other's left hand, and they've broken their wrists. Writing when you're left-handed. I'm right-handed and I still had this problem. This jerk taking up 4 spots, and then you should take 4 of his tires. Way someone in my house opened this resealable bag. Paper towel companies have lost grasp with reality. The road marker, street divider, had a sewer patch over it, but they didn't paint over it in a straight line. Sink at my university. Left is only super hot, right is only super cold. Both are so close, you rub your hands all over the sink. My grandparents watched this television for over a year. This barbecue restaurant serves their house sauce in a shaker, and it's awful. Take your pick. I'm giving myself a challenge. Someone in my office used one of my personal stamps, but this annoyed me more than the lack of asking. I don't think that person likes you. They were doing that to upset you. Side of trucks are unparalleled. The cake is kind of temporarily ruined. Quick fix, actually. Just won't look as nice. Still tastes as good. This was just delivered. My door opens out, and now you can't even get out of your house. You better hope it's not fragile, or else you gotta climb out the window now. When this happens, when your can is deformed. The countdown on my TV. The nerve of it trying to go on standby while I was watching YouTube on my Xbox. I have to reach for my TV remote every time. Some people at my university have been using an interactive smartboard as if it were a whiteboard. If there's one thing the world needs, it's more disposable plastic packaging. Single chocolate chips. The more things change, the more they stay the same. We are out of ice cream. Sorry. A great start to my day. My coffee machine exploded. These things. This and getting ulcers. Oh, so annoying. I had one recently. Tried to open the bag more and it just split. If you're planning to finish it, it's okay. If you're not, it's not okay. This pizza from Little Caesars. This image is so gray. There's one annoying black tile in my bathroom. There's no other tiles like this in the bathroom. After all those years, I finally noticed the circle isn't directly above the plug. This person's inability to count. It's a 3 but also 2-year warranty. This elevator panel. Which one am I supposed to press? This free sample from some power washers into before and after. The before is staying there forever. 30 pairs of my kids' socks. Not a single pair. I don't even remember buying so many socks. These 2 doors in my house prevent each other from opening. I spent $100 for a front row ticket to a concert, and the venue installed another row in front of us. The idiot in red. Well, here's a Connect 4 piece. They're dumb. They don't have brains. Me and my dad got 1st and 2nd place in all 4 races on Mario Kart, but our teams still lost. When people do this instead of replacing the role. Lazy toads. My sister knows her MacBook isn't a touchscreen. My fridge came with an egg tray for 9 eggs. This answer choice setup to this survey. Do as I say, not as I do. Give cyclists space. You give them space. You're on the cycling lane. This parking job. This person does not know how to park. You need a separate app just to read messages. Oh, I love Facebook. The unintentional demotivating yoga mat. Nothing is possible. This job site I've signed up for sends me an email every 30 minutes. A computer cursor is visible in this newspaper photograph. You've really got to look at this image to find it. The maximum volume of this TV is 63. They should have just made that look like it was 100, even if it was really 63% of how high it can go. My closet is 5 millimeters too far to the left. So move it. I'm kidding. It's probably bolted in the floor. What happened to this hot dog? They used a different screw. They ticked the wrong circle. To drink at this water fountain, you just need to suck. You don't need to kiss it. You just gotta go The keyboard on my company's GPS is in ABC order instead of QWERTY. Bonus, you can't change it. Fork in syrup. I thought that was gravy. This tile in my hotel bathroom. I wouldn't have noticed this because I wouldn't be paying so much attention to the tiles. The way Nespresso arranged my package. It's neat at least. These are the same item. Guess which is the newer batch? The one on the right. The fact that Apple couldn't have made the Wi-Fi circle a different color than the Bluetooth circle. This Justice League promo. This stupid bathroom floor. The tile is falling. Printers that don't allow to scan without ink. Access for wheelchairs on the stairs. Only for wheelchair users who can lift themselves up with their arms. You've got to crawl up. This is an actual tattoo, really? What's the meaning of this? Not all things need to be perfect when you do this. This happens with yogurt. These light switches at my church are not the same. Shin-busting a-hole. This is just a hazard. A fine American education. January, April, May, August, October. It's just a guess, guys. This butter cabinet is neither long enough or wide enough for 2 packages of butter. Lost a loved one today. I'm not sure which one yet, but whoever cuts cheesecake like this is dead to me. They're dead to you and you're gonna end their life. When pencils do this garbage. Every order is ready except theirs. Ooh, business hours right to the minute. I wonder if they actually respect this rule. Somehow, I managed to go 5 blissful, ignorant, stare-traversing years without noticing. I think I would go 5 years as well because I still don't notice as I'm reading this. I don't notice. I notice. It's the middle pillar. Look at it. It's smaller. This faucet is so close to the sink. Those people that block window seats, they just don't want anyone sitting next to them. They'd rather people stand. That's rude. These renovated windows, they're false windows. I can't be the only one who gets annoyed by this. It's so annoying. And then a piece of toilet paper falls on the floor when you've tried to take it off. My friend was at the airport and this old French woman was giving no damns. Granny's getting sent home. She looks so angry. Flashlight would like to use your current location. Why? If you press the 10-second button on the microwave at my school 6 times, you get 60 seconds showing instead of 1 minute. I had to point the TV remote at the DVR box to control the TV. The box is behind this pillar. Doesn't even need a caption. It's just frustrating. They put the wrapping on the skateboard and then put on the wheels, making me not able to cut this off. My dad's workshop. My soup came with a spoon. That's literally just a flat piece of wood. This stand on the wall-mounted TV. People who do this when they change their mind on buying something, so they just put the item wherever is closest. Can't say I haven't done this before, but I don't do this a lot. All the other times, I've put it back where it's supposed to go. It's usually if you're in a rush. What happened here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Physics teacher refuses to use corresponding colors. The 8 on this card is upside down. This tape is dead to me. I found this note in my hotel bed last night. If you're reading this note, they didn't change the shit. Hell no. This flipped tile on the wall in Subway. I spent hours completing this mildly infuriating puzzle, and now I can't. Neighbor hired people to paint his garage. Vandals tagged it and ruined it. My TV's max volume is set at 63. When teachers play videos non-full screen while not closing the pop-up ad or the annotations on Internet Explorer. United Terminal, O'Hare Airport, Chicago. You just leaked the location. How mad you gotta be? Websites that do this. Yes, please email me the latest news and offers. And it says, please accept newsletter to continue. Unless I really need to use this website, I'm just clicking off. And if I have to do this, I'm unsubscribing immediately after the first email. Is this some kind of joke? Password must contain 8 characters or more. 1 lowercase, 1 uppercase, 1 number, 1 symbol. Not contain multiple identical consecutive characters. Not contain your first or last name. No, it's not a joke. Security. People who leave these reviews on local businesses. 2 stars. Never been there. I don't know. I'm in a toilet paper factory. And they don't even have enough toilet paper in the toilets. When the Robo Vacuum ruins its perfect track lines, returning to its base. Quarter fell out of my pocket into the vent, but got caught, so now it's taunting me. You can't grab me. Bathroom stall doors made of glass. Made of glass, sure, but they're not see-through, which is good. Wait, it could be see-through if you remove that film. It's peeling. Gillette now sells 4 packs of blades instead of 5 packs. The total number of M&Ms in this package. This is the 3rd in a row I've opened like this. They put ice in my milk. The window and roof. It is at a slant. The window has taken inspiration of what the roof looks like. Apple's innovation. I remember when they did this. It was so dumb. It's like, we're going to remove the headphone jack, but then we're going to make an adapter so you can still use the headphone jack, just instead of charging your phone. Where my toothbrush landed. Oh no, you gotta get a new tooth. The worst part about job applications. Step 1, upload your resume. Step 2, re-enter all the stuff that's already on your resume. My sister always leaves a tiny portion of whatever she drinks. This is just nasty. This side of the building. Wait, what is wrong with it? Oh, I get it. Wait, I don't get it. Wait, what? I don't get this. Oh, it's the window. I thought it was something to do with the cloud. Improper use of quotes. We try hard to keep our units clean and sanitized. For your use, we ask in return, please do not cut, burn, mark, or damage our units in any way. Thank you for your assistance. Why not both? Don't forget that you're human. Do you want me to never visit your website again? Well, if you have 106 seconds of unskippable ads, this is how you do it. Apparently, Toys R Us thinks $3.99 minus £8 is £36.98. The increase volume button is on the left and the decrease volume button is on the right. Why is Europe and North America connected? Because we're all friends in the imaginary world. Opening a can of tuna, and this had to go ahead and happen. Do you have a knife on deck? If you have a knife, you're okay. The way my mum hangs out jackets. Come on, mum. Gotta keep on top of these things. We are a family of 4, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4. How many toothbrushes do you have? I instantly lost interest in the article. If you work hard, you can break barriers. Thanks, Kim Kardashian. This parking job at a hardware store. This restroom sign is off center. I peeled my can of pop. Oh yeah, in America, you guys call like soda pop. We just call them sugary. What do we call them? We don't call them soda really either, or pop. We just call them what they would have been called, like Pepsi or Coke. The way my brother eats. I hope your brother's 2 years old, because this is not acceptable. I got a question wrong on my test because of sexist language. The word chairman is considered sexist language. What? Shut up. No, it's not. You're the chairman of stupidity, whoever marked this. 13 plus 17 plus 9 minus 16 is not 23, it's 23. My local DMV had a mouse icon near the center of the screen. This is how you get your game uninstalled. You're giving me 1 notification every 1 minute. Goodbye. Home Depot forgetting who is the one doing a favor here. Adblock has prevented your review submission. Please disable Adblock. You're trying to give a product a review. Forget writing the review. Seriously, Google, why have the copy, paste, and cut buttons if they're not going to work? My coworker's phone screen protector. That is not for that phone. They are down bad. I can understand though. Repairing a phone is expensive. My phone was cracked after last video. I dropped it. This lazy game developer pasted real life faces onto animated game models instead of animating the faces instead. That one kid who just can't fit in. You're a cherry, not a blackberry. I will never unsee this. Ever. My bathroom tiles arrangement. I've been living in this house for 23 years and I've just noticed. My Mac froze when I tried to make a new folder for some documents. And then this happened. This vanished door at the top floor mildly infuriates me. The UGG label on her boots are different colors. If these are real Uggs, that's annoying. This laptop. It's only for $4,498. What a joke. You can tell this is old as well. It's an i7, 32 gigabytes of RAM. We've come a long way. I think now this would cost maybe 1,500. I think less. I don't know. Depends what the refresh rate's like. Wait, hold on. It was even being sold for $5,600 at the bottom. What? How can anyone afford that?